Welcome to Subjectively Correct, episode 37. And finally, we are now done with our Disney Plus arc of the last 8 weeks. It's come to an end. And you know what? This was the best week of all of them. Not necessarily because okay, the Punisher. Look, obviously, we're talking about Punisher here. Um, I It's just a real word to describe. There was some entertainment value there with absolutely zero story and writing substance to go with it at all. But you know what? At least, at least it, uh, at least it wasn't the worst thing ever, I guess, is the best way to say this, right? Um, I do think a lot of this has to do potentially with, like, the idea of we've just been trapped in the born again hell for, the last 7 weeks, so it was like this wasn't that, and the character that it was titled after was actually, like, a key feature of it. Um Yes, exactly, exactly. And still not really, it was about Frank Castle, it wasn't even about Punisher. Yeah, sort of. Hey, I think your mic is muted, by the way.
Anywho, I
Jake
talked a
has been
lot.
talking this
My
whole
bad.
time.
Oops. Anyway, there's a
Yeah.
lot. There was a at the core. There was like a. I thought there was a very cool potential character arc and like emotional conflict, but it wasn't done super duper well, and it doesn't really fit where Punisher was at last.
Also, hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. You do have your actual microphone going through to the OBS, right? It's not like a MacBook. Okay, it sounds for whatever reason a bit echoey, like it's a little more of the like it's like a crappy one. I don't know. You sound better in the Discord than you do on the stream, but that could be any number of reasons why that is. I don't
I
really
don't know,
know, but
man.
as long as it's the right mic source.
Yeah. Um. Hold on. I mean,
Okay.
it should be. Yeah, there it is.
I just wanted to make sure. It's whatever. If it sounds a little bit bad, it sounds a little bit bad. Who really cares, you know?
Yeah,
But
it's
you know, we
better
don't
now.
even got Spitty Surfer ain't even here in chat talking. So
I
you know
had
who's
to
even
refresh something, but it should be fine now.
okay. Cool. Anyway,
Gotta love
uh,
OBS.
yeah, yeah. I gotta love crossing every
The
platform
best bad
being.
software there is, or the worst good software there is, whichever way you want to.
Yeah, it's the worst good software for sure.
Yeah.
You also might want to. I don't. I know we just tested this, but you also might want to bump yourself up one or two. I don't.
All right.
It's gotta love it. You
You
gotta
gotta
love
love OBS.
it. It's great. It's great.
Look, it's your audio
Um,
levels, maybe. Maybe not.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anywho,
All right. Yeah. I guess overall, before we go too into the weeds of the actual story, just your brief review of it. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was, it was a fairly enjoyable watch. It wasn't great. There were some cringe moments. There were some annoying moments that pissed me off. But overall, most of the time, I was like, all right, this isn't too bad. And there was only a couple parts of the action where I was like, all right, that doesn't look good, or this is wrong with that. But most of the action was pretty cool. So at the very least, we got a little more of Frank Castle killing people. Unfortunately, he wasn't in costume, which was pretty disappointing to me. He was in like a hoodie and jeans, murdering 150 people.
I am officially in a Punisher cosplay right now. By the way.
Yeah, you are in full Punisher get. It's a little light colored. It should be a little
I went
darker,
all out for
but
this one.
should be a little
I
darker.
went
But
all
other
out for
than
this.
that, no notes.
I went all out for this episode.
Yeah, I have half a Punisher cosplay. I have his undershirt. I just don't have the hoodie on.
You could just rip the shirt off and then you'll be good.
True. That would be like the first half. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't, there wasn't anything crazy to it. There's a limit to what you can do in 50 minutes. I think they didn't get anywhere close to the limit of what you could do with a character in 50 minutes. But like I said a bit ago, there was an interesting character concept there, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, I'll go now. So I mean, just looking at my notes, I gave up pretty quickly and like trying to treat this like a serious thing.
Yeah.
like this just doesn't fit into the overall world building of the
like
MCU.
an
That's
Elseworlds
fine.
project.
That's fine. This felt so much like it almost felt like it took place in Gotham from the Batman and Penguin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like, I immediately wrote like, definitely some massive world building problems. They took the easy way out in a couple of writing spots we'll get to as the story comes on. The main takeaway I had was that the title sucked balls.
Yeah, one last kill, and it's like 150 last kills.
And it's also directly adapting the aftermath of Welcome Back Frank, which already would have made way more sense as a title to do. Is Punisher Welcome Back Frank?
Because it's the first solo Punisher project in how many years?
Yeah, well, they did the meta thing with Daredevil where it was like, oh, he's back, so we're going to call it Daredevil Born Again. I don't know why they were like, oh, Punisher, he's back, so we'll call it the last thing.
Even though he's like gonna be in more stuff soon.
He's actively going to be in the next thing.
It's called One Last Kill, and we already have trailers of him like trying to kill people for the next thing. And at the end of this, it's like, yeah, he's probably gonna be killing some more people.
Yes, the whole outcome of it is, hey,
like,
by the way, he kills people.
Hey, he's gonna be back to killing people again. He took a little hiatus, but he's back.
Yeah, so what else I got this here. So I got kind of, there's some good fights, obviously the story problems. I did the music. I'm gonna have problems with it. We'll get there. It definitely would have called this Welcome Back Frank. I don't know why they called it that. It's genuinely just like,
couldn't tell you.
There's a bunch of other problems. This is kind of like the least of the problems, most likely. But it's just so annoying to me. It's like, first off, it's a Disney Plus problem. Like with Star Wars, they ran into it where it's just like, hey, let's just title it something that makes no sense. Like, it's just like Andor. We'll just call it Andor.
They lost the ability to title stuff that's not just a character's name.
Which is fine for the superhero thing is more, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you're making a Spider-Man movie, you can call it Spider-Man. But like, yeah, if you're going to do just a character name, that's okay. But if you're going to do...
The thing after the colon should make sense.
Like Spider-Man Brand New Day as a name makes sense. Maybe not because he's not actually moving on from, his high school self in his past.
It actually doesn't make sense now.
It should have made sense if the writers were good, but
maybe
they decided not to be.
Anyway, well, hey, we don't know. Maybe.
I still think it'll be decent, but...
Yeah, but it's like, like as much as Daredevil Born Again sucks and it's not even adapting Born Again, it's like, okay, Born Again is a famous Daredevil comic and he's coming back. They then decided to try to do like he's being born again, even though we already did Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other problem. But this one just makes no sense because it's like they don't even specify what the one last kill is.
No.
Like, there's one person you'd think it would be, and then he doesn't ever kill them.
Yeah, he doesn't kill that person.
And also, it just doesn't make... from a story thing that we'll get into,
not the
this
last
doesn't work being what, 10 years to 10 to 12? I don't know. The freaking 5-year time skip makes this so hard to figure out.
It's also
10 to 12 years after the events of Daredevil Season 1. It doesn't make any sense. And one less year than that after the events of Punisher doesn't make any sense. They tried to do... They're too scared to do the real Punisher story, right?
Yeah.
They are too scared to do the this should have first off, he should have been a costume the whole time. This should have opened with him murdering the crap out of like just a guy who definitely doesn't deserve the death penalty, but is a criminal.
Yeah. Minor criminal, which is like at the end it kind of sets up that that's the potential of where Punisher is going,
but not really. And we'll get to
but it's still like we don't see it though. It's like, all right, he's going to go do bad murder stuff off screen, and then he'll be in Spider-Man, and he'll probably kill, like, nobody in that movie.
Yeah. He'll be
So
happy-go-lucky.
all his murders will be off screen between this and Spy. Also, does this like 100% take place directly after he left and Born Again, or what's the deal? Because
I'd kind of assume it has to not, but at the same time, I would think it takes place right before Brand New Day, but I have no idea. They didn't
yeah,
give me enough context, so I have to assume so. If you don't give me more information, I'm
it's
gonna have to assume it's after the most recent time we saw the character.
yeah, and then that also begs the question: okay, why did Frank escape the Born Again prison, do this stuff somewhere else, and then just come back for Spider-Man? Like, what's
I don't know. I don't know, dude. But we'll get into this. Only 48 minutes, which was like, it's pretty nice. You know, it's one Born Again.
yeah, one Born Again episode, and it was way better. And it had a
Yeah.
style. It had a style. It felt nice. It didn't just feel like generic whatever. It was
Yes,
like,
everything. The lighting wasn't completely flat in every single shot.
yeah, listen, say something for it's not the highest quality, but at least I felt some artistic liberties were taken and some creative choices were taken, not just in the story, but in, how it's shot and how they follow stuff.
And to give
And
them a lot
I
of credit,
appreciate that. It's
this
nice.
Little Sicily, this area felt more alive than any bit of
Yep.
New York ever did feel like a
Yeah.
real city in
Yeah.
Born Again.
It felt
It's still not
comically
quite good,
like
but it feels more like a real city.
it felt comically crazy, kind of like it was.
Oh, we'll get
it
to
was
that. We'll get to
insane,
that.
but it felt like, okay, this is a really bad place, but it's a place, like it's a real
Yeah.
place. It didn't
So-
feel like Daredevil where it's just like there's no one here.
So we open in this room, and Frank Castle, he's all jacked, and he's hanging from a pull-up bar, and his hands are all bloody. He does 41 pull-ups before he collapses to the ground. You know, just I think good reminder. You know, he's driven. He's clearly a driven man. He's
Keeping
driven
his
by
body
he's
sharp.
got pure motivation to keep going. 41 pull-ups is a lot of pull-ups too. So
In a row,
You know,
is
like,
pretty impressive.
it's also a little over the top, but
It's also like, okay, he's a Marine. He keeps it's like, all right, I can
yeah,
believe
but
that.
even then, like, you know,
40
this is like you got super enhancement levels of
Yeah,
of
40,
a certain amount of pull-ups.
41
You know, his
in a
hands are
row-
bleeding.
41 in a row with like pretty good form is kind of great. Getting the chin
Yeah,
up
but
there
you know,
every
his
time.
hands are bleeding. But you know, it's like good. He's got, you know, he's motivated by his goal. He's looking at his goal, right? He's looking at his targets, and that's like, oh, that's the thing. As that's happening, we then get the cut to Punisher one last kill. They should have just done the Punisher intro.
Well, he then
Punisher.
pops some pills and drinks some liquor and like throws up.
Okay, yeah. But then, yeah, they should just done. They should have just chucked the Punisher intro.
And then,
I'm gonna be honest.
sorry, again, another thing before the intro, he like rips all the pictures and stuff off the walls because it seems like everyone on his list of people that he needs to kill, all of the things that give him purpose, he's done. He's finished it. So he rips everything off.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, dude, they should have just done the Punisher intro.
Yeah, the Punisher intro is so cool.
They could have learned. They could have learned that from Daredevil. Of like,
Yeah.
the new intro thing, not a good idea. Which maybe they did. The old intro thing, pretty cool though. We should have just thrown that one on there.
And the song is fire.
Exactly.
Down,
And,
down,
you know,
down,
what usually proceeded after wasn't too good. But you know,
it's fire.
you know, and what proceeded after wasn't usually too good. But that was like most of the
Had some,
Netflix shows.
had some cool kills though. Had some,
Season 1 was exceedingly okay. Season 2 sucks.
yes. Had good action.
I can pretty confidently say this is the third best MCU Punisher stuff, at least. And it's the second best thing that has Punisher in the title, as far as.
Wait, third best MCU. Punisher's not MCU, so it's what? Daredevil, Born Again, and this? What's the third thing?
No, that's all MCU. Netflix stuff's all canon. That's all in the MCU stuff.
Kinda, not really.
No, it is.
Yeah, but
It
not
is.
really.
They've said it. We have to hold them to their standard because it gets all of the stuff they make gets even worse if they decided they were canon, so it's canon.
Yeah. In my head they're separate, but yeah, when we're judging them, we do have to remember that it's canon.
That they decided to make them canon. They weren't gonna make them canon, and then they decided to. So
Well,
they
yeah,
get
because
judged
they
based off that.
can't glup shit it up if they don't if they don't have everything canon.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, anyway, this is, I would confidently say, third best Punisher stuff in the MCU, second best with the actual name Punisher in the title.
Yeah.
Uh, Narrowly beating out season 2 because it's shorter, probably, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So then we get a Marine. He's crazy because he's got PTSD, but he's also very happy. So good for him. And he's got a dog, and then some guy just like there's a thing talking over. There's a power vacuum.
The
I'm just
crime
like, this is
family was
immediately
taken
ignoring.
out.
Yes, this is the new cheese. This is from the Welcome Back Frank comic again. Probably should have just called it Welcome Back Frank. Immediately I'm just like, okay, so we're just ignoring everything that's been happening in Daredevil. Like,
Yeah.
like that's just
Which,
that's not gonna be relevant.
Honestly, I
Spider-Man,
appreciate it.
Spider-Man's not relevant. Thunderbolts, that ain't relevant. Nothing is. This is literally could take place in its own world, and it makes more sense. Like, they just chose to ignore it, which is whatever.
I honestly appreciate just making this and being like, yeah, Born Again literally doesn't matter. We're just making this. Because that's how I feel about Born Again. It just doesn't matter.
This guy just rolls up, says ding dong, and then takes the Marine's hat. Even it's not like a cool
he
hat.
kicks the shit out of him too. He's like,
yeah, he takes his hat and he grabs his dog and throws it in front of a truck, and it gets killed. And I was like, okay,
yeah,
that's a little too over the top of evil. And we'll get to why they do that towards the end of the special here.
Yeah, it's a little full circle moment.
Yeah, and it sucks. Anyway, what was I? But yeah, and then you also see this guy, and he's like, "Hey, they're just playing. Don't worry about that. It wasn't real."
Yeah, the three guys like rush up to this guy with his daughter, and like
we'll get to this
just say
more
some
a little
stuff
later.
To him. I will say, they do a good job of establishing this guy as just being a decent guy, just like a normal, decent fella.
Yeah. Well, but in this area, that's literally just like he has a job.
Yes, but I mean,
Little Sicily literally is just the purge, as we'll get to.
Yeah,
they think that this saying like the new chief crime family being taken out created a power vacuum. They think that's good enough reason to justify this. It doesn't make any sense at all. There's like a passing line added to someone like, you can say what you want about the new chiefs, but at least they kept the crime down. And it's like, okay, yeah, maybe some of the petty crime and like the armed robbery and stuff goes up more, but like they are literally living in the purge. Like this isn't. It's like this guy. He looks like Mad Men. He's like a post-apocalyptic character. He's got his shirt off. He's all tattooed. He's walking around. He's just throwing dogs in front of truck. He
just took this homeless dude's dog and threw it in front of a garbage.
You could have just mugged him and it would have made more sense. It would have been better, and it still has a similar effect. We'll get to why they killed the dog specifically, but he could have just stolen this dude's money that he was begging for and beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, after that, Frank, he's having PTSD hallucinations. And he's all sad, and
Curtis and two other Marines that he knew.
Yeah, no Billy.
Which makes sense because if you bring in Billy, you have to deal with a lot of that character stuff. So I understand not bringing Billy in.
Yeah. So here's the problem. Why
would have been more interesting, but
why is he tweaking? All right,
that's the thing I don't understand. Because in Born Again, the closest they have to that is they say whenever he's going after criminals and stuff, he hears his son Frank Jr. saying "Go get him, Daddy." Which one of the only things I liked about Born Again is I thought that was cool. Of not only
that scene was decently well written. Once you get past they were like, how did Punisher sneak up on Daredevil? And they're like, well, because he's blind.
Well, no, I'm literally just saying the line of dialogue itself and the concept is cool because it's a little more than just he's motivated because people killed his family. It's he feels like he can almost hear his family pushing him to keep killing criminals and stuff. That's a cool added little motivation thing. Full-on schizophrenia is totally... He's literally, throughout this entire thing, just, seeing people that aren't there.
Which I don't necessarily mind. It's mostly just the, why is it, I don't understand. They're like, oh, you're gonna quit, you soy boy, and he's like, "Rah!" And then he's like, I don't know. I just don't think, it's kind of what?
I feel like it's like
And I don't like this in general. It's
the
like he's been doing
speech
this for 10 years.
the speech that they're giving is basically, giving everything to complete the mission that you're doing as a reconnaissance marine. And he's completed his mission. He's killed everyone that's connected to killing his family. So it's kind of like he's
more into that. It's just like
he's lost where he's at, and he doesn't really have a mission right now, so he doesn't really care about anything, kind of. Which
yeah. So anyway, the next scene shows a news broadcast mentioning the Nucci crime family has been slaughtered. But Frank's in a diner or in a bakery as well. This is the bakery of the guy who told his daughter that the guys who killed the dog were just playing. And does that news image I think actually shows a picture from Daredevil Born Again, so I think that does confirm it. Give me 1 second to confirm this. But yeah, and it's like, again, they mentioned the power vacuum, and it's just like, okay, that doesn't justify any of this from a story standpoint. There's a guy just absolutely tweaking out of his mind in this bakery. Basically 4 people in the Nucci family were slaughtered. And there's one who notably wasn't, which we'll get to that. In a certain choice of a scene. That is definitely an image from Daredevil Born Again, so this does have to take place after Born Again.
Yeah, it does.
So anyway,
and
I think
the shot of him in the stairwell might have been from Born Again. Like the
shot in the stairwell, I think, is from Punisher. I think that's when he's running from that hotel in Punisher season 1.
I'm gonna look at that again real quick.
I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it is. In that episode that had Brett and it's definitely it. He doesn't have a skull on his chest or anything.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so they mentioned the Nucci's were connected. The last thing connected to his family's death.
Yeah. They also use his mugshot from the original Punisher. Because I guess that's the mugshot they do.
It's like like he like it should the Nucci's can't be connected to his family.
No, because in the end of Punisher, he had killed everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty open and shut. It was like 4 people. There was a sting operation, right? It was those 3 crime families. It was the what was it? It was the bikers. It was the Irish,
the Dogs of Hell, the Irish. Was it the Italians?
No, I think there was one more, but I can't remember exactly. And then there was the sting was organized by the DA, right? And it obviously eventually it was later revealed it was like, oh, Billy, the some of their guys were in on it, whatever, But it's like it's pretty open and shut. Like it wasn't like oh, by the way, the Nucci's also pulled from it. I also think it's like a better time. It's like this just would have been a better storyline if it was the him killing the Nucci's storyline instead of whatever this is.
Yeah, I would have rather seen him killing the Nucci's.
You got 4 people to kill. Do it in 15 minutes per kill. Doesn't have to be specified that it's connected to his family. It's literally just like, yep, this is a big crime family. They're going down.
Yeah.
And again, like, so this tweaker is losing his mind. Just like, and it gets thrown out. His child, real concerned, is kind of looking at Frank. This child is like remarkably calm at all times.
No matter what.
I understand it's a child. They're not going to be able to act like they can't all be Dexter Solancel. But
yeah, they can't all be the goat.
Maybe some directing would be good here.
Maybe go, hey, act scared during the purge.
Yeah, some directing here would be a good idea.
They could just like boo or something.
Dude, it's just, I literally wrote this in my notes. This is like the Batman. So as he's walking back to his apartment, it's like, oh, all this chaos is around him. It's the Batman-esque. Like, I feel like I'm looking at the Gotham in the Batman, but even to a greater extent, it's like the Arkham games where everyone outside is bad.
Yeah. Literally everyone outside is like fighting.
Like it's absurd. There's just mugging. There's a bit of groping going on. There's
like a dude beating his girlfriend. There's people tripping.
Yes, it would just
people
be
yelling at
better
him.
if like Frank was just killing all these people. Yeah, we'll get to this because it's like his character stagnation is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, what they're trying to show here is that like Frank is at a point where he doesn't really give a shit about anybody else.
Yes, he killed everyone connected to this family's death, and now he's done killing.
But that was never Frank's that was Frank's motivation, was to kill all the people connected to his family's murder. But he killed other people too. He did.
I guess we forgot to mention he locked all his guns in a duffel bag and put it in a
wall safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was never.
It's just like I really wish,
especially
I really
seeing
wish I wasn't tolerating this.
Yeah, and there's a level where I could like him tolerating it would be acceptable, but Frank specifically, when women and children are in danger, that's where he gets the most like, because that's his family. Like women and children, that's his family. So that's when he freaks out the most. That's why, when stuff happened with Karen, he was super protective of Karen. They had a bond. That's a
Yeah, he shouldn't
big
be all sad. He should be
that's a
pissed
big part of
off.
his
Like that's what
character.
he should be doing walking through.
Yeah, they're trying to show that he doesn't have a purpose anymore, and I don't really like that. They do an okay job of showing that that's where he's at, but that's not where he should be, and that's not a good thing to do with his character. For
And to
him to
where I
just
say
be
it was like,
like,
this
eh.
feels more like a real area of the city. Dude, this is too it gets worse, don't get me wrong. This is just over the top. It's like, I
It's
can
like
believe there's gonna be a lot of crime there. I don't
it's
believe
like
this much. This is absurd.
it's too alive with
We're
crime.
not even we haven't even activated the purge yet,
This is like
and they're already still in
it's like
purge mode.
we're looking at one city block and we see like 12 crimes. Just
Yeah.
from like looking from where Frank
Basically
is at.
80% of the male population in Little Sicily are criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So as Frank, he he goes to his grave, is the grave of his family. Look, there's some decent. I mean, there's good act. John Bernthal's a good actor. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like this is like weekly retreading a lot of bad, or not a lot of bad. It's like weekly retreading much better. So this feels like the Daredevil grave scene, but way worse. It's like
Yeah.
there's no Daredevil here. And Daredevil didn't do much. The only thing I'll give him a lot of compliment for is they really do let this play out. They don't like they intercut with some flashbacks, but I think they're relatively fine.
let
They're
it
not
breathe.
fully interrupting this scene. And I like it, it's kind of stylized in the sense of like, are these real memories? Probably not, but it's how he's remembering it. And it, they do play the one scene from Punisher season 1 that they played like every episode where his wife comes in and says, "Hello, sleepyhead." They didn't play it all the way through, but they played it a bit. A little more focus on his daughter.
It was a little different. It was like her turning over.
No, they
and
played,
dad
but
instead.
yes, but it's still the same. It's from that scene.
Yeah.
A little more focused on his daughter here than the rest of his. Which this is gonna be the connection is that he saw the daughter in the bakery, which is like, I mean that's fine. I don't know. He usually talked a lot more about his son. Like I'm not saying he can't talk about his daughter, but like
He did talk about this specific instance with his daughter.
yeah, he talks about reading one batch, two batch, Canadian diamonds. That's why he says it every time before he kills. But it's also,
he talks about that. He also talked about like.
When he could,
when he came
tired.
back and
Yeah,
he said he was too tired, and then he never got a chance because they got murdered. He
Yeah,
talked about that.
I'm just saying
But he did talk about Frank Jr. a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know her name was Lisa. I was like, that's
Yeah,
that's what I'll say. Like, that's about
really-
the extent of like how little he
You
talks
don't really
about
know
her.
her name, and he talks
Which is
about
like
it more
fine,
of,
I
like,
guess.
He doesn't say her name. I feel like he always said like my girl, stuff like that, and not just like Lisa.
And so I really don't care that much about this. I was a little worried that they were about to go like full Interstellar, and it's just like he just forgets he had a son. And then they did show some of the sun flash. I was like, okay, we're not fully. I was just like, okay, what are we doing? Where is he? It's kind of like, but yeah, a lot of focus on the daughter. It's going to connect back because the girl in the bakery or whatever, she's also a child. Frank's going to kill himself, and then he doesn't. So that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, and then
he does the no scene again, but it's just not as good.
It's just like in the flashback. Like the flashback with Frank, the one with Lisa, and the one with his wife, they all just start like dying.
But then he
yeah,
does
then
he does the yelling no.
He doesn't do wait. He just does no. But
yeah, I get the guy's gonna be tweaking into his family's grave, whatever.
But it's like
I don't know. This just feels like the viral clip. No. Wait. Let's just do that again.
Yeah, I did get a little bit of the how Born Again everything is a caricature.
It's
of what
not
it used
as
to
bad
be.
as it's not as bad as Daredevil yells.
I got a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But not nearly
not
as much.
Definitely not as bad as Daredevil yells, so let's do the yelling, or Daredevil gets tired, so let's do the tired. It's like there's at least more of a reason for yelling now because he can't now. He was hearing his daughter, now he can't. Is it great? Not really. Is it better than the original scene? No, of course not. Is it? There's not much here. Like I don't know. This is all just. It feels like This is just complete. You're telling me he has been the exact same character for the last 12 years or 10 years or 8 years even?
Yeah, it's been
He
12
hasn't changed at
years
all?
since he killed the last people involved with his family's death, and now 12 years later, he's just killed the last people involved with his family's death.
Yeah.
So, what?
Yeah, and he's remorseful and he wants to find a way that doesn't involve killing, and now he wants to find a way that doesn't involve killing. He's trying to figure out how to live his life outside of
Honestly,
killing, I guess
I
is
didn't
more
really
the
get that impression. I got that he like,
well, that's what it is. He's trying to quit killing. That's what he's
what?
that's why he locked all the that's
Yeah,
why he locked all the guns up.
yeah,
That's
I
why he left the
guess
key at his family. That's why he left the key at the grave. That's literally the whole point. It's
that's
also
true.
literally the description of the special presentation. It's like Frank
That's true.
tries to find a way to move on. Hold on,
That's
let me
true.
look. Let me look up the exact description
For me,
of the.
I guess I just knew that wasn't gonna happen, so it was more like
Yeah.
he's trying to
Frank
find a.
Castle.
It
Let
felt.
me read the
Yeah, go ahead, go
exact
ahead.
plot description. Frank Castle is a vigilante. Or hold on, where'd it go? I just had it. The exact description. I think this is what it reads on Disney Plus. One last kill sees Frank Castle trying to live a life without the need of revenge as the vigilante Punisher.
Yeah, my thing. I just knew that wasn't gonna happen, so I kind of didn't
I figured
focus
it
on
would.
that
I figured
part.
it'd be the same as Punisher season 2, where it's like I don't want to keep killing, but I have to.
Yeah, I just knew it wasn't because we also have him in the next thing. So
But that doesn't mean he wasn't gonna be like, I really wish I didn't have to keep killing, but I keep getting dragged back into it. I have to, Spider-Man. Let me tell
yeah,
you something.
um, but yeah, I thought it was more focusing on like he just doesn't have a purpose. Um,
Yes, it was, but again, the purpose is that he can't kill
the
anyone.
purpose is killing, yes, but
He's
um,
killed everybody, and he
it's like
doesn't know what to do now.
it's like obviously he's gonna keep killing people. So
Yeah, Curtis. So Curtis again appears to him, and he's like, "Oh, you suck, bro."
yeah, Chris, you're a loser, bro. And then
Yeah,
just
and then he walks back, and oh boy, here we go. Um, Look, there. We said this isn't great.
well,
This is the worst scene. This is the worst scene. This
well,
next scene's the worst scene.
before that, he walks past the
No, no.
buses and he sees himself in the full Punisher gear walking towards him and like passes
Yeah,
himself.
they edge you a bit.
They're like, "Yo, look how tough and badass his costume is with
Look how cool it would be if he was wearing this.
look how cool the vest and trench coat combo is. It's so cool." Anyway, here's this green hoodie and jeans.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes back to his apartment. This is the worst scene in the show. This is the worst scene in this thing by far.
Really
So,
bad.
greeting him there is Ma Nucci. Now, I don't know what it's like in the world universe. They did not build the Nucci's up even remotely. In the comics, at least, she's like the head, though. And she's clearly pretty powerful. Um, what Frank Castle didn't kill her? So in the comics, the reason she's in the wheelchair is because he threw her into the I don't remember if it's the lion or tiger enclosure at the zoo, and they eat her, and she loses her leg. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's pretty absurd.
Damn.
But
All right, that's
they did not
wild.
do that. I was kind of pissed because I was like, you know what, this might not be the best writing, but if I get to, that would be
That'd
pretty
be a-
cool if he does that.
Be a crazy
He didn't.
flashback
He doesn't.
too.
Yeah. But yeah, I was so. Here's the problem. This woman playing Manucci, I don't know. Maybe she can act, and this is bad directing. The writing is terrible, and she can't act. Is the only
It's
impression
like
I get from this scene.
She's trying
The
to be
dialogue here sucks.
It's trying to be that like there's so much hate and anger and sadness that it's coming out in almost a calm way where it's just like
Yeah, so it's set up as it's like,
spitting at
oh,
him.
this woman's gonna hire Frank, but actually, no, she's the one involved
She-
with the
Yeah.
Nucci's as a whole. Yeah, I'm trying to get the one line if you want to keep going because there's just one line that's.
Well,
like,
I was gonna
what
get
in
through
the-
her quick description. She says basically Punisher killed her her husband and her 3 sons, right? 3 sons.
Yeah,
So there was her husband who she said like basically screwed a bunch of other women, and I was expecting there to be like but he was still my whatever line, but there just wasn't. It was like, yeah, he always came home after banging a bunch of young girls and then there was no but. It was just that, and I was like, all right, maybe give me a little something where it's like, yeah, she still cared about her husband. Anywho, then she says her oldest son, he was a great policeman, and it shows him like, I don't know, motorboating his girlfriend or kissing her belly button. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then Frank like grabs his head, pulls it back, and slits his throat. Gets blood all over the lady. And then her middle son, who always brightened the room he walks into, he had a family of his own. And then Frank gunned him down in front of his son. And then her youngest son, oh, her favorite. And then it shows them in a car together, and oh, he's all young and cute and stuff. And then Frank kills their drivers, pulls the guy out of the car, and then like puts his knee on his neck and kills him. And the last words he says are, it's okay, Mom, I love you.
Yeah. So this is where we get to some of the incredible dialogue here. So as he's dying, I can't find the exact line she says there, but she's like, he was telling me it's okay. I'm trying to find it. I know I can find it because it's really bad. There's two specific lines that is just like, what in the hell? Like, why would you write this? Like, someone who wrote this read it out and was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So she said it was not okay. It would never be okay again, which is just like what?
Yeah, it was in his last moments.
Hey, murdering my son was not okay. It's not. It would never be okay again.
Yeah,
and then she goes on a rant, and then says, "This is the best one. I'm the one who's doing the punishing now." What?
For some reason,
I am the daredeviling born again now.
For some reason, Frank,
you daredevil born again to me in front of Vanessa.
For some reason, when Frank killed him, he also like pulled him out of the car and then curb stomped him in front of his mom.
Why wouldn't he just?
Who's obviously there instead he shot he shot the driver and like whatever the guard in the passenger seat. Why didn't he just shoot them? And you could argue, he didn't want to kill her because he doesn't kill women, maybe. But he would have just shot the guy in the head. Like,
he would have fed her to the tigers.
Or he would have called the cops on. He would have done something to her. Like, maybe.
Like I said, I don't know. Maybe she's not in charge. Maybe she has nothing to do. In the comics, though, it's like, yeah, she's the head of the family, which would make sense. Like,
it seems she has at least a little bit of power left.
So she says a small bounty. It's worth noting the word is small. It is described as a small bounty. That is the description of what this bounty is. That's very important for the events that are about to transpire. Yeah. And she's like, it's like, oh, you killed him at 6:47, and now I'm gonna put this bounty out at 6:47. This whole scene sucks, by the way. It's like, just everything from the writing, the acting. I mean, John Bernthald's acting is okay. Why wouldn't he just kill her? It's like, she's like, hey, by the way, you thought you killed all the people in the Nucci crime family? I'm still here. Oh, okay. Bang, bang.
Yeah. Especially when they're she says they'll come here to kill you and they'll kill basically anyone who gets in their way. So it's like,
she's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he could just like push her over. She has a guard, but he could kill him easily and then just like push her over. He just like flip her wheelchair.
Just shoot them both. He has a gun.
Yeah.
He's carrying a pistol.
I mean, if he was unarmed, he could kill them both. He
does look up and sees a guy in a shiesty. So I don't know if my implication there's like he's a guard for them. But like, so you're telling me he clocked that already?
I couldn't
like sprint to the inside and shoot them. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying, oh, they also had a guard there, so that's why he didn't shoot them.
I think the guys in the back are just like random goons. But she did she did say that like everyone in Little Sicily worked for the Nuccis.
Okay, I'm literally just talking about, there's literally a scene that is specifically there. He looks up and then it cuts to some guy in a shiesty walking away. There's no reason why that's in there other than I guess I'm supposed to be like, that's why he didn't just shoot them.
Yeah. I don't
know. We're not talking about Daredevil here. He's not like, I can't kill them. It's like, no, why isn't he just kill them? This is Punisher. You see, this is, it's like,
yeah, I really don't know why he doesn't just kill them. Yeah, no,
it's not the only time. There's another scene later where it's like, just that you would shoot them? Question mark.
Yeah,
Anyway,
because it's
Frank
also
goes
like
in.
the choice scene, but it's like, okay, he could just like do both.
Yeah, so Frank, knowing this, goes back to his apartment and sulks.
And then
Again, I hate this. Like, why he? I know he just locked up his guns. It's a duffel bag. He has a K bar. He could just cut it open.
he could also just
This is a very lazy way to not have him in his costume.
they could just have him go back to the cemetery real quick, grab the key, come back, unlock it, boom.
And even like,
Or like
okay,
pick the
whatever. You did this
lock or
first
whatever.
23 minutes. You did this first 23 minutes of him being sad and oh, I don't want to do this. Well, now he's like, oh, they're coming for me. Let me go suit up in the Punisher suit.
Yeah.
Or just cut the bag open. It's a duffel bag.
Wasn't it in a wall safe though?
Is the safe what he locked? I don't remember if he locked the safe with the key.
Oh,
I only thought the
did
key
he
was the lock on the bag.
Did he
That's what I thought, but I
just
could be wrong.
lock the
I could be wrong.
bag? If he just
I
locked the
could be wrong.
bag, that's crazy.
I can go back and double check. I'm fairly certain though the key was to the bag.
That might be my brain just coping. Actually, I don't know.
So the key is explicitly shown to be the lock on the bag. Let me see if he then locks the safe. Nope, he doesn't. It's not even in a safe. It's just a locker.
Wow.
And he just like drops
Okay.
the Marine flag in front. The only thing locked is the duffel bag.
Yeah, so he could just cut it open. That's really dumb. That's really dumb.
Yes, this is
All
just
right.
an excuse. I like what they do. They actually have him picking up guns. We'll get to that.
Which
We'll
is
get to
pretty
that a little
cool.
more in depth. But I'm just saying, it's like this is the thing. Get him out of the hoodie. Put him in the damn Punisher suit.
Yeah, you could.
And if you still want to do this existential crisis of I don't want to kill people anymore, have him make that decision in front of Manucci. I don't want to kill you, and then just shoot her in the head. It's like I am the Punisher.
They
have
could also
that
they could
scene.
have him get caught if they want to do the thing where he has to like pick up guns, pick up weapons. You can still do that in a way where he has his suit, but then he only has like a pistol and then a couple of knives and like the little axe or whatever. But then he has to pick up guns and other weapons along the
Just
way.
put him in the damn costume.
You could still
put him in the costume.
you could still do that with him in the costume if there's just some reason he can't get to the rest of his guns somehow. Like
Just put him in the costume.
yes,
Yeah,
I
like,
agree.
that's the-
But like there's an easy way to make something go wrong that then it's like, okay, he can't get to his stuff. He's got to work through these guys. Like it's pretty simple.
Even then, like I don't even care what story. Just have it be like they're coming to kill me. I need a bulletproof vest. Only bulletproof vest I have is the Punisher one. Oh, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut back and Karen is there. Look, I know it's not really Karen, and she's not in it that long, and there's some stuff here I don't like.
And she's wearing like the same. It's a
That
hoodie,
his
not
wife
a
was wearing.
t-shirt,
We'll
but
get
it's
to
like
here.
the same design that his wife was wearing, which I really
We'll
don't
get to
like.
that. I'm just so sick of Karen, dude. I'm sorry. You've ruined Karen for me completely.
They've
She was
made
awful in
Karen
Born Again.
so bad. They just
I don't want to
know
see
what
Karen
is.
anymore. There's just like romantic undertone. Frank and Karen it was never a romantic thing. This is stupid. It was only a romantic thing when the idiot writers in Born Again came in. It just it was to me. It always came off more as like a father daughter, even though she was obviously
Or
too
even
old
like
to be
like
the
a like
daughter.
a uncle niece type thing. Like
Yeah,
it was like
but,
he's her crazy uncle, and she reminds him of his dead daughter.
she
in a
took
way.
pity on him. She never would have been romantically interested in Frank.
No.
She literally sees him as a mass murderer, but she took pity on him because his family died.
Yeah, she felt bad for him. That's why she did everything that she did for Frank. It was because she felt bad for him. And
Yes.
she also felt like she was at first she was the only person who knew what actually happened to his family, and then she felt like she was the only person who who empathized with him at all. So it was like, and then
Yeah,
she
and I kind of
she
forgot.
also didn't have an actual father figure in her life or anything like that because her father kicked her out and stuff. So it was more of a
because she was a druggie.
yeah, it was more of a uncle niece thing, a father daughter relationship. It was that kind of thing. It wasn't romantic at all until Born Again was like, I heard your
totally forgot
heartbeat.
that line was in Born Again.
I
too.
heard
It's
your
so
heartbeat
stupid.
faster
So
when
stupid.
Frank was in the room, but it also did when you came into the room, Matt. I hate you so much. Stop touching the characters I like.
Anyway, so people are here. They're looking for Frank, and they kick down a door that they think he's in because I guess they don't know what room he's in.
Yeah,
And they dump gasoline.
the lady
and
gives
light
him
him
the
on
address,
fire.
but can't just tell him the room number.
Yeah, and lights him on fire. This will have no consequences, and they only did it because it looks cool.
Because it looks freaking awesome.
I don't I don't know. He just stands there and then he like yells and now he's like, oh, anyway, I'm gonna go kill people again. So it's like
Yeah.
you set up all this character stuff of like, oh, he's gonna quit. So now it's just be like, yeah, actually, he doesn't care.
He's not gonna quit. He's back.
Yeah. All right, we'll get so then they play some jazz. Dude, this maybe they just had no connection. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Born Again. They're just playing. Oh, this music doesn't actually fit this scene, but they're doing the fighting. Oh,
Fun, fun,
just
fun.
have a cool instrumental song, dude. Just have a good badass instrumental song.
Yep.
While he's killing people.
Down,
It's not that hard.
down, down,
Even
down,
play
down,
like a
down.
remix of the
You could
Punisher
literally
intro.
just play the
Like,
Punisher intro while he's killing people.
most of this actually looks pretty good, which was nice to see. I think because they turned it around pretty quickly, they were forced to do a lot of these stunts practically. They the blood doesn't look ridiculously fake. They don't like overdo a lot of the gore. It's like just the right amount. You know, I think a lot of this was pretty good. The fighting outside of the music was very good. There's good choreography. I really like how tactical Frank's being, which makes his mischaracterization in the finale of Born Again season 1 even worse of him
Yep.
just being like, now what if I slow motion barged into this room and killed people?
He's
'Cause
actually,
he actually is being
moving intelligently and intentionally instead of
and
just
he's
like
setting himself into
"Rah!"
he's putting himself in smart positions to be able to take it out. Like I like most of this. I don't really think there's too much we gotta go scene by scene here. It all looks pretty good. I'll give him a lot of credit for that. I think give him a lot of credit. This should be base level of what all this looks like.
Mhm.
Um there was never a moment in these fights where I was like, "Oh, that's brutal." That's what I was like. I wasn't like, "Oh, that looks terrible. Ooh, the editing on that sucks awfully."
Yeah.
Um
There was
they
one
did
cut
start
when
work
they're in the apartment where I was like, "What?"
For the most part, they did
But for the
stunt
most
work,
part, it
and they
looked
knew it
pretty
looked
good.
good, and they were proud to show it off. That's kinda the impression I got of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
he
it's
goes outside, though, and it's just so mu what is going on? It's a purge. This is the purge. They aren't looking for Frank. They're just going after the random people who live in this apartment complex.
yeah,
Um,
it goes
there's
past,
way too
like
many people for it to be a small bounty. She said small bounty. They could've fixed the matter and go, "Every last penny we still have, I put on your head." And then
yeah.
it's like, still ridiculous, but okay.
And it also
This is like,
isn't like
what?
they're kicking everyone's doors down to try to find Frank, and then,
No, they're just killing
and then
people.
maybe roughing people up a little bit to be like, "Hey, where's Frank?" They're just, like, murdering people and
It's
like
literally the chaos that was on the street times 10 plus way too many people. There's
yeah.
too many. There's too many. It's
There's so many, it's insane.
they're all too evil. There's too many. She said small bounty, and I understand small could still mean millions of dollars. Don't have her say small. Just have her go, "Every last penny we put on
Yep.
we put on your head." Like, yeah, that was absurd. That being said, again, choreography still good. I like the gun work. It looks pretty good. I like him looting the bodies to get his weapons. I think all of this is pretty good.
He runs out of ammo
Um,
a bunch. It's good. It's good.
he's good. He's got good aim.
He doesn't grab one gun and just use it to kill like 100 people.
He's being intelligent. He's not just pushing around corners where there's millions of guys. He's taking it one at a time. He's isolating. It's like he's playing Call of Duty and
Yeah.
then he's isolating his gunfights.
And when
he
he
knows what he's doing.
when he picks up a new gun, he's checking the mag, seeing how many bullets he has, stuff like that. It's like he's doing stuff where it's like, okay, this guy's obviously he knows what he's doing.
So let's get to so he gets up to the roof. Why would he go to the roof? I have no idea.
I don't know.
But so once he gets on the roof, there's a couple guys who run out. They have crowbars and axes, and I'm like, you came after the Punisher with a crowbar or an axe.
Yeah.
I respect the guys who came out with an AK. First off, I don't really know why they have AKs.
Dude.
That's not like it's like if this was in the Middle East, sure.
I mean, they should
7.62 is the most like this is me being autistic gun pick.
they
gun
did it
pickiness, right?
because they see it as like
That's the
M4s
fodder
and
weapon.
M4s and
Yes.
ARs are like military weapons, and then AKs are like
The
smaller
fodder.
smaller
The
weapons.
goons. That's what the goons have.
But
That's the
it's
henchman weapon.
that's not like if you go to
The only reason
somewhere
the only
like with
reason
a
it's like
bunch of
that,
crime
yeah.
in America, they're not gonna have AKs. They would have if they had like a rifle, it would be an M4
Tech
or an
9s.
AR-15, something like that.
Yeah, this is us being autistic gun nerds. I don't care. We're gonna do it. This
Yeah,
is like the
this
only
is-
reason you have the implication that the henchman slash goon fodder weapon is AK is because everywhere else in the world, communism or where the Soviets are, 762 as a base platform is the main thing.
Yeah.
Everywhere in the Middle East, they all have AKs. Everywhere, like South America, they have AKs because of Russian or because of communist influence down there. It's like
Yeah.
it. The
It's
U.S.
because
has the 556 platform. That's what the
yeah.
base. That's what your base was. That's like okay. Let's just go super gun autist here. It's like if you're in a zombie apocalypse, depending on where you are in the country, what gun would you want? You'd want something that most likely platforms in 762. Because
Yeah.
if you get over to Europe, the abundance of what you're gonna have access to will be platform for 762.
Yeah. Whereas if you're in America, you're gonna want 5.56. You're
You
gonna
want
want
5.56.
9 mm
That's
for a
the base.
handgun,
Yes.
or
Or
maybe
45.
or 45. Yeah, 9 mm or 45, and then you're gonna want a 5.56.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just us being autistic gun nerds.
And
But
then if you have a
yeah,
shotgun, obviously a 12 gauge, but that's easier to.
nah, you want birdshot.
Yeah, but for 12 gauge, and you wouldn't want birdshot. You'd
Slugs.
want buckshot or slugs.
I know you wouldn't want birdshot. I was joking. All right, give me slugs. Just a big ol' hunk of fu. Yeah. Okay. But yes, I do like the looting the bodies. I think that was fine. Yes, I just said came after Punisher with axe with 3 question marks. Lamau was in my notes.
Yeah, they have like
so then-
the break glass for fire axe. They have those axes.
yes. He gets cut in the leg with a machete.
Yeah.
I really feel like a lot of his fighting's fine. He then gets so I was kind of like half watching while looking at my notes, and the first time I was like, so I really just looked. That fall looked pretty damn rough. Need to review for sure. I went back and reviewed, and I was like, definitely looks awful. Way too video gamey. Also, an absurd amount of strength to be required to hurl him over that side.
Yeah.
I will pull up the clip of the fall if you wanna talk for a second about some of this stuff.
Yeah. They fight for a while up on the roof. One of the things that wasn't like the best, I think, about the way the fighting works is it kind of like the perfect enemies for Frank based on the weapon he currently has tend to attack him. And there's some stuff where it's like, okay, they have a gun, he has something, or he has like a knife or whatever. That only happens when he is close to them. So it's like he doesn't have to overcome anything too tricky and do anything too smart. Like his positioning is good and stuff, but they don't really give him too many like super difficult obstacles in the fighting. It's pretty much like, okay, he has a gun, they're running at him with either guns or axes and stuff, or he has a knife or a metal pipe or whatever. They don't really have guns, or they do, but they have to get close to him. Yeah, that's bad.
Look at that, dude. Look at his face. He becomes Joel from The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. Holy shit.
This looks terrible. This is easily done practically as well. You already have talented stuntmen on scene. Just have one fall onto a box.
And they do a thing in a minute where he like falls through.
This looks awful.
They have him fall through and break like a wood platform, and it looks better because it looks like he actually falls through wood. It's obviously
like I'm only gonna stress this because you're a multi-million-dollar company. This looks terrible. So I think it's hilarious that Chud is trending right now.
And dude, that's me, bro. It probably would have cost less.
We don't like Superman. That's it.
It probably would have cost less to do it practical too, because it.
Just look at it. Just look how bad that looks.
You just need a little bit of fake wood. Like that's it.
You literally just have him fall onto a box. The only thing you need to CG after that's the box.
Well, no, you just get the wood that how they have like fake glass and they have the wood that breaks easy, so you can break a chair.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you want the impact of the fall, they would have him fall onto a box because this looks basically it even look like a crash pad. Like it still looks basically like he hits like a crash pad. By the way, this isn't edited speed wise at all. This is the speed it plays in the episode. It looks awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Look at his leg. Look at where that cut is on his leg. Look how bad that looks.
Yeah. It also just changes location on his leg for that shot a little bit.
I can't get over how awful this looked.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, he also after that shot, he looks over the balcony and he sees Manucci, and this is the second time where I'm like, why would he not just shoot them?
He's not bullseye, bro. He can't hit that shot.
Yeah, he could.
No,
We
bro.
see
He's not bullseye.
Why wouldn't he shoot at them?
I don't know. He could pick up
That was pretty.
a different gun. He could do a lot of things. But
Yeah.
then, what pissed me off about how bad that shot looks, less than a minute later, he jumps. So he sees them, some other guys come up, and he doesn't really have a gun to shoot them because his gun's out of ammo. So he jumps over the side and crashes through like wood on scaffolding and breaks through it, and it looks fine because they just had him fall through fake easy break wood, and it looks fine. So it's like, why didn't you just do that 10 seconds ago for the other thing?
Also, I'm fine with fall 1.
Yeah.
Him choosing to roll off of the scaffolding is baffling.
Yeah, so
And he is dead, by the way.
After,
or at least
so
completely unconscious.
He jumps off the building onto scaffolding, and it's not that far of a jump. He breaks through the thing, which slows down his fall, and then he lands on the next level of the scaffolding. And then
the first one, yes, it's like adrenaline. He'll probably recover.
Yeah. And then the evil guys throw one of the other evil guys off, and he's gonna like land on Frank because they're evil, duh. So they throw him off, and he's gonna land on Frank. So Frank rolls off the scaffolding, lands on a school bus, bounces off the bus, hits the side of the bus next to it, and then hits the ground and just pops up. He's like spitting blood, but he just pops up. He has like 50 broken ribs.
Stories. It's like 5. It's like 4 stories to maybe 3 stories.
His chest is caved in.
He could have very easily rolled the other way. Or not even rolled. It doesn't even look like the guy hits where he was gonna fall.
Yeah, he also could have like kind of rolled off and then caught the edge, swung down to the next level.
Like, yeah, he is gonna be pretty messed up from this. But Black Widow fell like 20 stories and hit a pipe, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she's good."
That did
happen.
Say he was fighting a guy from there, and he threw the guy off at that height, and the guy had the exact same fall as him. He would have died.
Oh yeah.
The guy would be dead on impact, 100%.
Manucci, though, she hops in a car and they drive away, and this is the last we'll see of her. I know what you're thinking. It's called One Last Kill, and the one last kill isn't the one last person who supposedly is connected to his crime family alive.
It's also so funny watching. It's like it's an old lady in a wheelchair rolling away while there's just like the actual purge is happening around her, and no one gets close to her. She has a bodyguard, but she has one bodyguard without any weapons who's like pushing. He's
got a baseball bat.
He pushes the occasional person away, but like it's just them walking through the literal purge with a wheelchair and nothing bad happens to them. And then the guy like picks her up and puts her in the back of the car.
Yeah. So my last note here is the Nucci family losing some lieutenants and not even the head is just not remotely a good enough reason for why seemingly half of the population of Little Sicily is cartoonishly and horrifically evil.
It would have to be a more reasonable number of people, and it's like, all right, they're being more active,
and they are going after Frank.
Yeah,
why is it the purge?
Yeah, like you can maybe say it could encapsulate his entire like apartment building. But then he leaves the apartment complex. And it's just the entire city.
Than John Wick Chapter 3.
The entire city.
This is more egregious than John Wick Chapter 3.
It's more egregious than John Wick Chapter
3. And John Wick I don't remember Chapter 4 enough to even cite it. So Chapter 3 is has a better. It's still not great. Has a better reason as to why the entire city basically is trying to kill him. This is absurd. Yeah. This is a great idea.
It's not even the whole city trying to kill him.
This is a great idea of Punisher. What would happen if Punisher was active during the Purge movies?
Yeah.
That's not what this is. This is a small block of Little Sicily, and seemingly 60 to 80% of the male population is just terrorists.
Yeah. Because they are no longer anywhere near Punisher. So this stops being, okay, I can get it. They're roughing up people in his apartment building, trying to find him, whatever. This is people like at a coffee shop down the street, stealing muffins, beating the shit out of an old man. Like, it's a little ridiculous.
All right, I did give him bonus points here in a scene. Frank picks up a Glock and he checks the mag, puts it back in, and does not rack the Glock.
Yep.
I put bonus points. If I'm gonna be gun autist about the 7.62, I will give you bonus
You
points
gotta give him
for
the
not.
positive
I will
autist
give you
points,
the
not
bonus
just the
point
negative.
for not. Yes, yes, he did not pick it up and then immediately dechamber a bullet. Like
It's like, dude,
every other show or movie would have him pick it up, click a hammer back, even though it's a Glock,
dude,
and
people
like then rack the weapon.
they have people like this is wild tangent, but I love the Planet of the Apes movies with Andy Serkis. But there's one scene in the second one where the main human character is threatening another human character with, I believe it's an AR, maybe an M4, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But he's like holding him at gunpoint, threatening him. And then the guy says something to him, and to emphasize that he's threatening him, he then racks it. So it's like before that, he was in zero danger at all, because it takes a second to rack an M4. Like, you gotta pull the thing back and push it. It takes a second, especially you gotta hold the button for the thing. You know how it works. It's kind of a thing to do. It takes a second. Sometimes it takes two hands if you're holding it, whatever. And it's like, okay, no. You would have already had it. If you're walking around with a gun like you're ready to fire it, it would be ready to fire. Like, you don't walk around with a gun holding it like it's ready to shoot if it's not cocked and if it's not locked and loaded.
Every time Frank has his gun, if he's not shooting his fingers off the trigger, again, bonus autist points here. Yeah. He only fires 13 bullets and then it's empty, which is like, okay, if it was a full mag, he wouldn't, but maybe the guy already shot some.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a few bullets have already been fired off. This is like actual pretty decent gun work in a movie. You don't get this a lot.
It's pretty nice.
Basically, this has already beaten most movies, because most movies would, the second he put the mag back in the gun, he would have racked it.
Yeah.
Immediately. And it almost looks like John Bernthal instinctively went to rack it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if it was a new mag, you would do that. But it wasn't.
And I like that. So I'll give him the bonus. You get your gun autist bonus points for that.
Yeah.
Would have been cool if you wrote a slightly better story, but you know what? You got the gun autist bonus.
You get the points where you get them.
So he comes in here. Again, there's some good fights in the shop, some good kills. You even get like kind of a final boss moment. This is the bakery from earlier. I don't love the heavy metal, but it at least fits better than
I would like a good heavy metal song while Punisher's killing
genre.
People. It's a good, heavy metal is like a cool genre.
As a genre, it fits better when he's killing. But I still wish it was just instrumental. But
it's also, this song is just cool. And I heard the lyrics and I was like, all right, maybe it'll get better. And then by the time he actually got to the shop, just from him like running over there, I was like, all right, I hate this song. It's terrible.
Yeah, so Frank kills final boss, big guy.
The guy stabs him
a
bunch
seemingly
with a pen.
The purge has now ceased. The purge has finished.
He killed
the bounty has not been removed from Frank's head. Manucci is still alive.
He killed the mini boss though.
And he killed the mini boss, but the purge is done. And then a small nitpick here: this girl should be screaming and crying. She is way too calm. This is a failure of directing, in my opinion. The director should be like, "Hey, look scared."
He also pulls a knife out of his shoulder. He wouldn't do that. Because the second you pull a knife out of you, you start bleeding, because the thing that's stopping the bleeding isn't in there anymore.
Yeah, but he was dead when he fell off his building, so this all could be a fever dream anyway.
True. This is probably just a schizophrenic vision, like the whole start, whatever.
He's probably still in the People Zoo in Daredevil. That'd be a nitpick, but that girl should be screaming.
Yeah, but the little girl is just she runs up and grabs his leg.
So calm and smiling. He was just executing people in the store in front of her.
You can give it when she hugs his leg and she's looking up at him, she at least looks concerned, but she looks like she's
and it goes away.
It's like she's concerned with his health and making sure he's all right. Instead of she just 5 dudes just tried to murder her
and the
her
purge is
family
just
store.
Done now.
Yeah, purge is over. He killed them all. Even though
anyway, so Frank returns to his grave and he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go kill people.
He's like, you know what,
And
Lisa?
after
I
after
will
10
keep
years,
murdering people.
his character has progressed from I don't want to kill people now that I've killed all the people who killed my family to I want to kill people. We did it, guys, because some woman put a bounty on his head and little Cicely turned into the Purge. Frank was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go kill people because this girl gave me a paper rose. That it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. At
Yeah.
least he progressed to I'll go kill people.
Yeah. And then he's or no, sorry, not him. 1 sec. We see a couple walking down the street. They're talking about the airport, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And then right behind them, we
Yeah,
see.
so real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Before
Go
we
ahead.
get this, I'm like, okay, we never got a closure on the guy who killed the dog. I assumed he was gonna be a purge victim.
Mhm.
And then they cut to this and I was like, oh, okay.
I thought he was gonna be like a mini boss halfway through, but
Maybe. But yeah.
or something
So
like that. But
so
yeah,
guy
so
with the Marine hat who killed the dog shows up.
there's an old there. It's like an old couple walking down the street, and then
He's just
behind him,
about to
you see
baseball
the guy. He's still shirtless, covered in tattoos. He like turns around to look at other people, and he's like, and then he starts.
He gives his classic line. He gives his classic line, "Ding dong." That's his line.
And he
You
starts
know, ding
to
dong guy.
swing a bat at the lady's head, and then he gets hit from the side, and the bat disappears. And then we see Frank.
And
suited
thankfully,
up.
the well-placed Marine is here.
Yeah,
The well-placed earlier victim is here.
he got a haircut too. He's got a fresh fade. And then he
Yes,
holds
the well-placed earlier dog killed, the owner of the dog that was killed. It happens to be sitting right here, thankfully.
That is where we saw him earlier, but it's crazy that like this.
He ended up back here, and this guy ended up back here, and this guy also spotted the old woman he wanted to hit with a baseball bat right here, and he
Yeah.
wore the same hat.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot
and
of
Frank Castle was here.
yes.
Yeah, Frank, he's got the cut on now. He got a fresh fade. And he holds him at knife point, and he's like, "Oh, should I kill you?"
And then the old Marine guy's like, "Hey, devil dog, that hat's mine." And he gives the guy his hat back. And then and then the guy starts to run away, and he throws an axe at him, and catches him in the leg.
Just shoot him. Just shoot him. Punisher would just shoot him. He has no reason he would throw the ad. Just shoot him.
It was it's kind of cool, but like, why wouldn't
It's
he
cool.
just shoot him in the head?
Just shoot him.
Yeah, but then, he walks up, stands. Well, so they can get the cool shot of him standing over the guy with
They could still have that shot.
with the Nucci sign in the
You could
background.
go double tap him.
With
You could go double tap.
with the Nucci sign behind him. It's the thumbnail.
Okay, let's redo this.
But
Why
yeah.
wouldn't it just be Ma Nucci? That would make more sense for him standing in front of the Nuccis and one last kill. So here's where my complaint comes in. This is the easy way out. You still don't want to show me Punisher killing a guy who probably doesn't deserve it, so you had this guy kill a dog.
Yeah.
Like, have this guy
does
be a
deserve to
petty
die.
have this guy be a petty thief who is like, yeah, he's a bad person, but like murder?
But,
That's
like,
kind of insane.
The worst.
I'm supposed to have
the
more-
worst thing he did, like rough up the homeless guy a little bit and take his money. That should be the worst thing he did, and then he gets killed. That sets up a better Punisher.
The scene on the roof of Daredevil and Punisher carries no weight if Frank only kills super terrorists. I know we talked
Yeah.
a bit about this in Daredevil. If Frank is exclusively killing the
Like
super
Hitler.
murderers and
Yeah.
the dog killers, then Daredevil going like they get a chance to try again just makes me go, okay, well Daredevil's kind of lame.
Yeah, it's like, all right,
I'm supposed to be like
It's probably
you're not-
good that
I'm
they
not
killed
supposed to
Thanos,
have
bro.
the right decision, right? That's what's so good about the rooftop scene, right? Is like
They're
it's like,
both right. They both
don't
have a
give you an
point.
answer. They don't give you an answer. You make up the decision. What's right? Is Daredevil's not always right because some people do deserve to die.
That's
probably,
what-
and maybe the system fails at getting those people killed. And Frank is sometimes right because those people deserve to die. But at the same time, a guy like Grotto, he killed someone, but now he's trying to make up for it, and Frank wants to kill him, and Frank ultimately does kill him.
Mhm.
Was that right? You kind of feel weird when Frank kills him. You don't know how to feel about it.
It doesn't
because
feel
Grotto's a
good because it's
character-
like
hang on, one second. Grotto's a character you just grew with, and now he's you've seen him in the past, but then you also learn he killed an innocent woman,
killed
and
an
now
old,
Frank's like,
old lady.
so I should kill exactly. So Frank kills him, and Matt's like, this is a terrible thing, and Frank's like, this is what's right, and
Mhm.
you as the viewer have to decide like, I don't know, did he deserve to die? Did he not? He
Mhm.
clearly was trying to work on himself. That's where the conflict is. If it's just,
Yeah.
hey, I'm super evil Hitler guy, And Daredevil's like, let him try again. And Punisher's like, no, we should just kill
No.
him because he's obviously objectively super evil Hitler
Yeah.
guy. Then it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the coward's way out. This is, you didn't want me to watch. You didn't want me to leave this going, that was pretty dark having Frank kill that guy. You wanted me to go, the dog killer got killed.
Yeah. It's that's what Netflix did really well, and that's what interesting character stories do super well, is they present a moral argument or an argument of some kind where both sides have a decent point to be made. Like you said, Frank killing people, sometimes some people gotta die, child predators, kill them, whatever. But some people, like Matt says, maybe they just have one little spark of good left in them, and Frank just snuffs that out. So there's two really good sides, and the reason that argument is so good is both of them have, at least, even if you agree with one side or the other fully, you have to acknowledge that the other side at least has a point. Even if you think they're completely wrong, you have to acknowledge it's like, all right, but like I understand what you're saying. It's not like you said, it's like he only kills super ultra mega Hitler. Like if Frank is like, listen, we got to kill Thanos and Doctor Doom. It's like, all right, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, and Matt's like, no, let him try.
No, Frank, Thanos didn't really mean it. If we let him try again, he probably won't kill trillions of people again. Like, yeah, but that doesn't do anything. So
there's no argument. It's obviously Frank is right because we, the viewer, know that is super mega Hitler.
Yeah, and that's what's happened in pretty much everything from Hollywood recently, but specifically everything from Marvel, is instead of getting these like complicated arguments between characters, it's like one character is obviously supposed to be right and the other one's obviously supposed to be wrong. And in Daredevil,
and it's not interesting.
Daredevil is your perspective character, so I kind of want to say you're more on his side with the Daredevil Punisher stuff, but the arguments are both presented like,
well, that's
not one is right or wrong. It's up to the viewer to decide. The story doesn't just look at you and go, if you think this, you're a piece of crap, or this is obviously one thing or the other. It's not so exaggerated that it's just an obvious, easy decision. It actually presents a compelling moral argument it's actually interesting to watch, and it's thought-provoking, and that kind of media, that kind of stuff is good for people. For people to watch it's like, oh, I want to watch a cool superhero show with Daredevil. You can have that super cool fun, there's cool fights, his powers are super cool, he's a badass lawyer at the same time. That stuff's awesome. But then you get this really cool, really intricate, really interesting moral argument that makes people think. Instead of Born Again, where it's just like, oh, think this other thing is bad. That doesn't make you think. It just makes you turn your brain off and watch the slop spraying in your face. That's the problem, is when your media and your television and the things that people pay attention to and watch all day, all the time, whatever, is dumber and is worse and is less intricate, it makes people dumber. If all you do is watch dumb stuff all day, you're going to be dumber.
Yeah, and it gives you a plan of like, you're making someone think. You kind of mentioned it, but it's like they don't show you Frank. Oh, Frank wants to kill Grotto. Matt doesn't want to kill Grotto, but here's the deal: Grotto actually didn't kill those people, and they were innocent. And Frank just shot an innocent person. That's telling you how to think. That's telling you, by the way, if what Frank just did, that was extremely wrong, and you shouldn't think that was okay. Right, like the thing about that scene, yes, you can watch that scene in a vacuum and it can be pretty good. It can be pretty interesting. The thing that ties the full scene together is that over the previous 2 episodes before that, you have seen Grotto talk with Karen Page. Only Punisher as the freak psycho is going to kill these people, and you get a little more input into his mind. And then it culminates in that scene of like, he believes this, Matt believes this, here's Grotto, the good side of him, or at least the side that wants to improve, there's good in there. But also, by the way, he killed this one. You learned this horrible thing he did.
Yeah.
You're immediately conflicted. And then they don't go, by the way, obviously Frank was right. Obviously Matt was right. They let you decide. And ultimately the conclusion you come to is probably in that scene, Matt's right. Because he was trying to do better. Does that mean he's always right? No, but that doesn't mean Frank's always right. There's actual intuitiveness there to it.
Yeah, and
Right. So it's like,
you'll finish an episode of you'll finish that episode of Daredevil, and maybe you don't watch the next episode, and you just sit and you're like, shit, you have a lot to actually think about. You have something. It leaves you with something, and it keeps you thinking about it for a while. It actually sticks with you.
this is something
Whereas
that people
I watch an episode of Born Again, and it doesn't leave me thinking about anything. I'm not like, oh man, that's an interesting thing. It doesn't do that for me.
This
It
is
doesn't
something
leave
people
me
really
with
convinced
anything.
themselves that that Black Panther did really well, and it just didn't.
It
But
did.
like, this is something that, because Black Panther was funny because it's like both sides are just obviously wrong.
It's like
The Wakandans are like, hey, by the way, we should not save super
It's like,
cancer cure
we
metal with
shouldn't
everybody,
we
and then
shouldn't help
Killmonger's like,
people.
we should, and we should kill everybody with it.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's like,
like
no, everyone's wrong.
it's like
But people convince themselves, they're like, well, no, because Black Panther's the good guy and Killmonger, but he's right though. So you got to mix the two ideologies. Like, no, you need to do neither.
yeah, it's in Black Panther. It's like you have the people who refuse to help people, but they do it in a nice, friendly way, and then the people that want to help people, but they do it in an evil way where they kill people. So
But
it's
they
like
want to kill people in order to help.
it's like
people.
okay, sure, they're nice, but like they're just letting the world destroy it.
Yeah,
They basically just
exactly.
want to let the world destroy itself so they can chill.
Yeah.
And then
It's kind of
Killmonger's
absurd.
like he wants to kill a bunch of people so the world can be better. It's like, all right,
He wants the world to destroy itself so that it can be
It's
chill.
just like, I
That's what
don't-
he like.
I
So
don't-
in
that's
Black
not-
Panther, the argument is the Wakandans want the Earth to let the Earth destroy itself so that they can chill. Whereas Killmonger's argument is he wants
to
to
destroy
help
the
the
world
destroy
so
itself
that it can
the
then be
world
chill.
can chill.
Yeah, it's like I don't really think
it's like,
either of them
yeah.
are fully right. I
They're
guess
both
he's
completely
worse because
wrong.
he murders people, but
The only reason someone comes away from that movie going like, oh, they did a really good job making me like he's kind of right here is
because
it's
the
like,
sunset scene.
yes. Well, it's not even that. It's just like, it's because the only reason is because you know that Black Panther's the good guy.
Mm.
Like, if the movie was entirely shot from Killmonger's point of view, it'd be like,
And the thing
I mean,
is,
this is a pretty dark character, but obviously this country he's going against is way more insane because they have the cancer cure medal and they're just not sharing it.
and it's also like he also wants to go help people, but not until after he takes down evil Killmonger guy.
Yeah.
He only wants to
Rest in
actually help
peace, Chadwick
people
Boseman.
like after his dad killed his uncle. After he finds that out, it's like,
Super
what does
weird.
that have to do with anything? But yeah, rest in peace,
Super
Chadwick
weird.
Boseman. He's a really good actor. He deserved a better soul.
He really is him and Michael B. Jordan. They both did the Michael B. Jordan thing in like Sinners, where it was like
It's like they're
Sinners pretty
so
decent,
good. It makes
but
the movie
Michael
way
B. Jordan
better
was
than
so
it
good in
actually is.
Sinners that you don't really think about Sinners. It's all right. There's some good storytelling stuff there. At the same time, it's not super like impressive. And
Chadwick
then like same
Boseman
thing in Black
is
Panther. It's
so
like Chadwick
good.
Boseman is incredible and Michael B. Jordan's incredible, and it makes you realize the story in that movie makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like, wait, no, he's what? But Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman's
and that
just
clearly showed
good.
with how Black Panther 2 is remembered, without either of them. And Andy Serkis is in it as well,
More
and
frequently
Bilbo
not
Baggins,
remembered.
and Bilbo Baggins,
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins, and Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis was great in Black Panther.
He was
He's
a good
really
call.
good actor. Yeah,
He was one of the only highlights of Age of Ultron.
yeah. I mean,
And
if you
that, and
if
the
you shut your
final
brain
scene-
off, Age of Ultron is awesome.
well,
if
but
you
even then,
don't
there's
think,
good
it's
scenes
pretty
when
cool.
your brain's on.
True.
Like the final scene, the scene of with Vision and Ultron, some good stuff in there.
There's some pretty good
There's
stuff.
some really good stuff in there.
Yeah. They had some really
There's still
good
some
character
Joss Whedon
conflicts
in there.
around
Joss Whedon was still in there during Age of Ultron.
there. He was still kicking, doing good stuff.
It wasn't quite as kicking because that movie is way less tight
He
than the
wasn't-
first Avengers.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
first
one of the best.
the first
scripts ever
Avengers scripts
crafted, but
is just really efficient and really good.
yeah,
It doesn't get
but
enough credit because it's a superhero team up movie. It's just a silly
Yeah,
superhero movie.
it has.
But
Even
that's,
Age of Ultron has aged pretty well. It's like Age of Ultron
Yeah.
still sucks, but it's like then I'll sit there and it's like, yeah, but
it's
like
yeah, but,
the
like,
scene
it's-
between Vision and Ultron is better than half. That first off, it's better than basically everything
And
that's Marvel's put
it's
out
another one that like there's scenes that make you think
post
about
Infinity
stuff.
War, but
They make
Yeah.
you think for a second instead of just like Doomsday. It's gonna be like, oh,
also some
thing happened.
great acting between Paul Bettany. Like Paul Bettany
Yeah.
as Vision manages to actually like be an android yet portray emotion in a way
Yeah.
that makes sense for the android who has no emotion to portray
Yeah.
emotion.
It's like an android who's new to the
Same goes
world
for the
and
voice
is
actor for Ultron,
just like
who's I don't know his actual
like
name.
trying to consume knowledge to understand stuff. It's the guy from The Office. I forget his
It's
name.
Robert
He's
California,
yeah.
James Spader.
His
James Spader.
voice as Ultron is freaking
Yeah,
incredible.
James Spader.
His
Legend,
voice is
James
perfect. I
Spader.
wish Ultron was around for more than like
I
a
wish
long
Ultron would
weekend.
have had
The
a lot more build
the
up.
long weekend of
Ultron
Ultron.
Age of Ultron would have been pretty good if it was an Age of Ultron. If there were like that would have made a good part 1, part 2 kind of movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or
An actual age.
yeah.
It's supposed to be the most advanced
Even if
artificial
it was-
intelligence ever, and
Even
it's
if it
just
was
like
1
no.
year. Even if it was 1 year of Ultron. It's like
Dude, if it was a couple weeks.
yeah, if it was a month, bro. Like if it
Yeah,
was
this wasn't like
yeah.
custody weekend of Ultron.
Yeah.
Custody weekend at Ultron's house. Like like, dude, there's some good stuff in there. There's some pretty good stuff. Some of Claw's stuff and the final scene with Vision and a lot of some of the Tony Stark stuff.
Mhm.
All good stuff in Age of Ultron.
There's some-
Not a good
there's-
movie, but some good stuff.
Overall,
And compared
there's a
to,
lot of problems, but there's a lot of good stuff in there as well.
it's very similar to Thor: The Dark World, which is worse, but there's still some stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's some stuff in Thor: The Dark World.
In Dark World, there is a couple scenes where it's like, what? You
It's
could have
not
just
good,
made
but-
that the whole movie? You could have just
But
been
dude,
good?
if I watched Shang-Chi and then watched Thor: The Dark World, I'd be like,
I'm
oh,
going-
Dark World's pretty good.
It's like at least Thor had something to say at some point in the movie. Shang-Chi is just like, meh. Has nothing to say.
Yeah.
There's
it's
nothing
like-
to it.
Look, this is pretty much to me the epitome of a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3 out of 10. This Punisher special presentation, which I know sounds bad, but it's like the problem is
again's
the
like a
story is so utterly is insane and bad
Yeah.
that it's like both the killing and all the choreography and the stunts and the camera, like,
The execution
incredible, but
of
there's
the
good
terrible
stuff in it.
script is really good.
yeah, it's not
Except for-
Ultron level of like there's some good
No.
stuff in there. It's like there is some good stuff in here.
Yeah.
Not in the same way that Age of Ultron has some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know,
The good stuff in there is a whole different level
of good stuff.
of
yes.
good stuff.
I would describe Age of Ultron as like
There's a lot of
5 out
there's some great stuff in there in Age of Ultron. This is like, yeah, there's decent stuff in there.
The Age of Ultron is probably like a 58. 58 to 61.
I might give it a
think,
60.
ooh,
I think it
does
passes.
I think it gets. I would give it some bonus points because I think they do some good stuff with the Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch
yes.
mentorship / relationship in there
Yeah.
that pays off even better in Civil War, which is Civil War is like
It's time to get off my
90+,
ass.
90+%. But yeah,
Yeah.
you lose points though for Quicksilver being awful.
Yeah. Quicksilver not being quick enough.
Yeah, Quicksilver not being able to outrun bullets. It was also just really bad because then like the first Days of Future Past first Quicksilver was like hey, by the way, he just mogs him.
Yeah, he's just
Using
so
some
much
Gen Z
slower.
lingo.
And I can understand doing like a slower Quicksilver so it's not as like, you know, you don't want to have Quicksilver be that fast in your Avengers movie.
Yeah, but then you get
'cause then
time
he
in a
liter-
bottle scene.
'cause then
in
he
Days of
beats-
Future Past, you're like, yeah, this is just way better.
It's way better, but it's like you have to write around him just being able to do that at all times, which I understand them not wanting to do. So I get it, but it's also not as save time in a bottle. No,
that's such a good scene.
It's way better, but I get why they wouldn't want to do that. And I get, you know, his character arc, his death is dumb, but his character arc, I think, is pretty decent. You know, he hates Tony Stark, whatever, and then he has
I don't think it's that good.
it's not amazing, but it's decent considering in the movie he's like not a main case. He's a main side character, but
Scarlet Witch is so much better.
Scarlet Witch's is better, but his, you know, this is what the Avengers are. This is what the Avengers are
Remember
supposed
Scarlet
to be.
Witch?
It's pretty good. Yeah, remember when Scarlet
Remember
Witch was
Scarlet
like
Witch? Remember
actually
she was an
a
interesting
really
character?
good character? She wasn't
Yeah,
just a character.
remember the emotional
she was
conflict
a
she had after
great
she
character.
accidentally. Again, going back to the super, like the Sokovia Accords seem kind of insane, but it's like you put in the context, Scarlet Witch killed 11 people.
She killed 11
Obviously,
people
more
on
people would have
accident.
died, but
Yeah, and you have the
Obviously,
scene
more
with
people
her
would've
and
died, but-
Steve. Civil War is a really good movie as well.
one of the it's our best. I don't know that I would give it that title, but it's arguable.
I think you got to go Civil War, Avengers, Iron Man 1.
Infinity War. I always say Infinity War, but Infinity War as a story isn't as good, but I always am so impressed that they managed to balance how well they managed
Infinity War gets the level of props because of like how grand of a thing it is.
And they
it
balanced
was done
it.
well.
Like they did it really
like
well.
They did something that big and that grand, and they did it really well. And then you see something of like pretty similar scale with Endgame that's not executed nearly as well.
It's executed horribly.
So it's like, okay, that's how good Infinity War actually was. It easily could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Endgame,
but yeah, I mean,
cool
dude, and I know me and you might be in the more niche opinion. You gotta put Spider-Man: Homecoming up there.
You gotta put.
I don't care. I don't care.
Homecoming's top 5.
I don't care.
Homecoming's top 5.
I don't care. I don't care. You gotta put it up there.
Good old Spider-Man.
Spider.
People talk about going blue. Give me
that is going good. That is a good scene. Of going
diegetic lighting, way better. Way
to implement the going, and it's not the easy thing is, oh, he's evil, he goes red. No, he was red, and then he goes green. Vulture green because Vulture's eyes are green, so the green actually makes sense.
Vulture is green, and it's like going from the red to green because it clicks that Peter's Spider-Man, so it's the green is like
time to start. It's time to go.
He understands it. It's time to go, and it's Vulture, so it like. It has layers.
At the same time, Peter's like coming to the realization of, oh, he's figuring it out.
And it's the red to green. You can also argue it's like red more Spider-Man, then it's leaning towards Vulture, and it's the balance is kind of shifting because before that it's like Peter is terrified, but he probably thinks he's in the clear because Vulture doesn't know who he is. But then in that moment, power shift, boom, Vulture has all the power. It's great. It's a really good scene. And the movie around it is really freaking good. Homecoming is a really good movie. It's not the best.
I know it's controversial.
It's not the best Spider-Man story.
It's a terrible Spider-Man adaptation.
Yes.
It is a great movie, though.
Yeah.
It is a horrible Spider-Man adaptation. I can say that confidently. It is a banger of a movie. I don't care.
I might watch it again today. I don't give a shit. I could watch that movie.
I
could watch that movie once a week. It's so good.
I got a few things to say before I move on. I watched 2 movies for the first time last weekend. I'm going to watch Top Gun in theaters tomorrow.
Heck
can't wait. Top Gun tomorrow. Top Gun Maverick probably on Friday. Oh,
nice.
I can't wait to see it in theaters.
That's hype.
I guess say again, I've never seen the first Top Gun in theaters, but Maverick I watched like 6 or 6. I'm not gonna say that.
6
times. I watched it
6
times,
to 8 times since he.
Yeah, at least in the theater.
Dude, Top Gun Maverick is so good, man.
So this weekend though, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time.
Nice.
Oh, you hadn't seen Pulp Fiction? No, but I've seen it now. Okay, and then
Very good.
I watched Days of Thunder, which is way worse than Pulp Fiction, and it's basically just NASCAR Top Gun. Still pretty decent though. Yeah. Rest in peace, Robert Duvall. But yeah, like Days of Thunder wasn't that good, but I was like, I want to watch Top Gun Maverick so badly, but I'm about to go watch it in theaters, so I'm not going to watch it. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. I know I'm not going to say anything so new. I find it really incredible how unique that movie is.
It's really cool. I like the way it's nonlinear, which is
so
nowadays. No, you do your thing.
Let me say this thing real quick. I know this isn't like some grand point. Like I'm sure Pulp Fiction has been analyzed to death. I don't. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, as someone who watched it, I find it so impressive. Of like, why is Tarantino so good? It's like I'm about to say this is gonna sound confusing. The beginning of the movie is the end of the movie, and the end of the movie is the beginning of the movie, and the middle of the movie happens after the beginning and end.
Mm-hmm.
Which as a sentence makes no sense, but it works so much better. And I loved the reveal that oh my gosh, I just completely forgot his name. The actor who plays Abomination in The Incredible Hulk, who's in it. He's in the opening scene. They're about to rob the restaurant, and it's like, okay, obviously it's setting something up, and it's not revealed until when I realized that when they cut to them in the same restaurant, I was like, oh, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel Jackson, who's barely in it, has the most it's so good. I was really impressed at how
it's a
chaotic,
really cool character story. And what I really like about it, that works only because it's nonlinear, is the last time you see all of the main characters, it's them getting their happy ending. So the last time you see Bruce Willis, it's him riding off into the
I
sunset.
didn't realize that.
The last time you see, the two robbers, it's them getting their second chance. And then the last time you see Sam L. Jackson and Vincent, it's them leaving the diner, and it's Sam L. Jackson has completed his character story of like trying to be a better person now.
Which is only
And
taking place across like 10 minutes of real time, but it's the full movie.
exactly. And then Vincent is like, he's getting he's going off with his buddy. He's getting his happy ending too. So every character at the end of the movie,
was hilarious.
even though Vincent's about to go die in 45 minutes or 30 minutes ago, he's about to die, but he's still at the end of the movie, everyone has their happy ending.
Well, dude, I
That's
was
the
mind
last time
blown
you
when
see his
Vincent
character.
died. I did not like. I really haven't known anything about Pulp Fiction. I was mind blown. I was like, what the hell?
Going into it, I had no
That's
idea.
crazy.
When they killed him, I was like, okay, but he's gonna come back though. So, like, what? I was shocked.
I only ever knew it was non-linear. I didn't really know that much about it. I was just kind of like, wow, that's crazy.
I didn't even know it was in the end. I was like, I just thought there was more Vincent in the movie.
I was trying
so how's
to
he
figure
dead
out
this early?
I was trying to figure out how the theme like gets implied, and I was doing all this stuff, and then Vincent died, and I'm like, guess I'm wrong. I do like how the theme is, like you said, everyone gets a happy ending, but at the same time, every scene that cuts back and forth, and they kind of do it with the title, is its own isolated story that emphasizes the theme of the righteous man. Like, you can be the righteous man despite the context, like despite the rest of your character. Anyone can still be the righteous man in its own way, and the weak, the not weak. I'm totally spacing the word he says. It's the evil. I'm spacing how it's described in the Bible verse that I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure it's just not a real Bible verse, and it's basically just Tarantino writing a thing that sounded cool. But it's like that is the thing preying on the weak man. Is like it takes a different form in each scene. I even like how they like build up Marcellus Wallace, but then he's never the strong. He's not at one point the strong man. He becomes the weak who needs to get shepherded through. But in a scene that I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, that entire scene, you're like, what
that was
the
crazy.
hell? And then Bruce Willis gets the sword, and you're like, kill him!
I love when Marcellus Wallace gives the long-winded, hyphenated description of the guy. He calls him like the soon-to-be living the last of his painful seconds, rape his ass in agonizing pain. I really liked a lot of this stuff. I thought it was just really impressive how chaotic and nuts the movie was while still making perfect sense. Like,
and it was cool because like all the main characters, even though some of them conflicted with each other, like I liked all of them. Yeah, at least in some capacity. Like even the two
robbers, how autistic
it's like
Vincent was.
Yeah, dude, Vincent's awesome. I freaking love it.
There's so many memes in there that I had heard, and I knew they were from something. I didn't really know all of them were from Pulp Fiction. Him looking around the house, I knew was from Pulp Fiction, but like that was good. Yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff. I really like the over the top, like literal mystery box, the MacGuffin, as like they never show you what's inside. And there's cool theories out there that it's Marcellus Wallace's soul, or it's like. Yeah, I thought I was just really impressed with it.
Yeah,
which I know is like obviously it's one people say it's one. Some people it's like it's one of the best movies of all time. But I'm just like, I know it is. I'm just saying,
it's really good. Yeah,
yeah. But as far as the being "We Are So Back" category, I'm thinking "We Are So Back."
Yeah,
I'm thinking we're so.
I'm thinking maybe I'm back.
Yeah, everyone keeps asking, "Are we back?" I'm thinking we're back. So I guess they're not doing weekly episodes though, which I'm kind of pissed about.
Full season?
It says all episodes.
I hate that. That's really.
I know. It sucks.
I hate when they.
I hope that's wrong.
I don't know why they. Maybe that's like when the last episode comes out. I don't know.
That would be way better.
I hope so. I hope they change to weekly. I mean, they did weekly for Dark Wolf.
And that show, like, was paced better.
Do you know if they did weekly for original Terminalist, or did they dump it?
I think they did.
I really hope they do weekly because
I don't know why they would. I wonder if Dark Wolf didn't pull enough numbers.
Well,
I was because it
wasn't as good as the original. I think,
I think it hit Nielsen.
I think it hit Nielsen.
I should probably check and make sure Daredevil hasn't made it.
If season 2 of Terminalist is even like 90% or 80% as good as season 1, it will have incredible word of mouth because season 1 was really freaking good. So you want
You'll be shocked.
you
You'll be
want
shocked to
weekly
hear
release
this.
for that.
You'll be shocked to hear this. Daredevil Born Again has not made the TLC top
What?
10.
No
The boys,
way.
the boys is second. Like
After
and the
losing
boys,
50% of their viewership, they didn't get more viewers. There's no way.
like to tell you how much people are not didn't watch Daredevil. The boys is not good. I know it's the final season, but it's second on the list.
Yeah. And that's with like most fans of the boys are being like, okay, what?
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, I don't know. I really hope Terminal is.
I hope it's good.
I hope it's better than
Dark
Dark Wolf. I didn't dislike Dark Wolf, but it was all right when you're watching. You know, it's like it gets a little bit worse as it goes, but the lowest point, the valley of it is never that low. Whereas like with Terminalist, the floor was outside the first episode. The floor of Terminal season 1 is damn near the ceiling of Dark Wolf.
Yeah,
I'd say episode 1's way more up there, but then the peaks were so much higher.
Yeah, it was what 8 episodes. Episode 2 through 8 of Dark Wolf, the ceiling.
I could be wrong.
Or 2 through 7.
I might be thinking episode 1 is basically not an episode of Dark Wolf. Then
but after episode 1, and it's also, I know both of us
gets
like
worse in my opinion.
Both
but
of
it
us
gets marginally worse. It's not like it's an insane drop off.
Yeah, and it's also a drop off in. I know you and I both like the SEAL stuff more than the spy stuff, but it's also a drop in. It's a drop in the quality, and it's just something that like, if spy stuff is done super well, I really like it. But SEAL stuff,
I think there was some really good.
Cool.
I think they did a really good job mixing it. The problem was that was in episode 2 when him and how am I spacing Hastings, right? Hastings. When him and Hastings were trying to kill that guy, they're just cool SEALs. How the SEAL impact the spy stuff.
Yeah,
and then it kind of really slips more when they're like, "Hey, by the way, this guy he's an evil rapist," and then it's like, "By the way, though, they were evil, so." He's a good guy rapist. And I'm like, what?
Like,
and then I'm like, why are you trying to make me like the rapist? He was like, he was
coming
in clutch. He was coming in clutch for Ben and Hastings.
Yeah.
Ben and Rafe through the whole,
like
after that moment.
Why did evil rapist guy just like save everybody? What's going on?
That was a little weird. But other than that,
but
I think that
you could make the argument that it's like, he's a bad guy. So him like,
they needed to keep.
Him being on Ben's side is like, okay, that's maybe leading the weird, Ben to evil stuff.
They needed to keep the weird groping scene out of it.
Yeah,
and it would have been bad. Like that just made it weird.
The weird grope. I was like, oh, he's gonna be like a good guy.
They needed to make you uncomfortable of him so that when he saves the day later, it's better. Not like, oh, he's evil rapist man, and then he saves the day. It's like, what?
Yeah, I would prefer it if it just kept out. Or if it kept how it was in the start, where it was like he's a more CIA spy guy and they're SEALs, so they don't.
He wants to be SEAL-esque, yeah.
But like they don't respect him. I think that's more compelling. As like these guys are brothers, they've been through hell and back and worse, and this guy thinks he's a part of that, but he's never been through it. That's better to me than just like, oh, he's all that, and also he's like a pervert kind of.
Yeah, that was the greatest.
It's like the cherry on top beef. It's like, yeah, also he's a rapist.
Yeah, I wonder if we would have been more or less harsh on it if it wasn't coming out at the same time as Peacemaker.
I don't know. That's I think we would have been about the same.
But it was like it's just really, it was really beneficial for it that we would just watch Peacemaker and then it was like, let's go Dark Wolf time.
Or dude, the weeks where I watched Dark Wolf and then Peacemaker, I was like, oh my god, holy shit.
Because it was Wednesday morning, so I always had to watch it. It came out like Tuesday nights or something terrible, and I always had to watch it, like wake up early and watch it.
Yeah.
And I would always put off, because Peacemaker came out on Thursdays, and I would put it off until the weekend or the Tuesday night before.
Yeah, I never watch Peacemakers until like an hour before we go live or like earlier in the day.
I did when the finale came out because I needed to make my video, but other than that,
I watched them on Wednesdays or maybe Tuesday nights. Like, Peacemaker season 2 was so bad. It was painful. It hurt to watch. I was losing HP.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I really hope Terminalist keeps with quality. It's
Yeah.
they have taken way too long.
They have taken
like
like an unacceptable amount of time, and
this was
it's
unacceptable.
going to hurt their viewership because of how long it's taken.
Dark Wolf was nice, but the fact that it came out a year before instead of like midway through, even a little weird. I don't know. It's like they didn't expect it to be as big of a hit as it was, and then it was a bigger hit.
Yeah.
Speaking of big hits, though, also at the same time, boom, Prime
Boom.
Video. This is, by the way, so I know what you're thinking. There's only 3 seasons. Yeah, so they have renewed. Season 4 is coming out supposedly this year. They've already renewed it for season 5, which is like, hell yes. That should mean it should be like season 4 comes out because they've already waited a bit longer. And then it should be hopefully a year down the line, season 5 will come out. They just got to keep doing, just keep having Reacher do the Reacher thing. It should be good.
Big guy beats up other guys. They
adapted the only book that's not the Reacher thing, and it was kind of all right. And then other than that, they stuck with the other 2 seasons where Reacher does the Reacher thing, and then Reacher is Reacher.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, Reacher was Reacher.
He's a big guy. He beats people up, and then sometimes he fights a guy who's also big, but he's really good at fighting, so he still beats up big guy. It's like,
yeah, big guy,
kill him!
Beats up evil big guy.
Yeah, our big guy's better than your big guy.
Also, Project Hail Mary officially hit streaming.
Heck yeah.
I feel like that's a little early, but I know it kind of wasn't. I know it's been 2 months, but I don't know. So I'm gonna have to get my Project Hail Mary physical media.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that on Blu-ray, 100%. It was a really fun
the
movie.
4K for
really
sure.
Cool.
Yep.
It made me feel things in 2026.
It's amazing what happens when you actually give the cute animal, which isn't even a cute animal.
It's like it's a
they
rock.
It a character.
It's a rock. And
yeah.
The second he was in danger, I was like.
But if it was Disney, the Rock wouldn't have character.
No, the Rock
if it was Disney, the Rock would just be there to sell a toy.
Yeah, it'd be look at the cute little Rock. He squeaks.
And I know what you're thinking. Oh, they're talking about Dwayne the Rock Johnson because he also never has character in his movies. No, we're talking about Rocky, who has more acting. By the way, the actor of Rocky conveys more acting than Dwayne the Rock Johnson does, but he's just a voice on a faceless rock. Than yeah. But man, I miss Project Hail Mary. I know it's still really like easily able to be watched, but I just miss watching it when it was coming out for the first time. Being like, that was good.
Watching it for the first time was pretty freaking awesome. It was really
and we
cool.
did get to talk about it because you were gone, and then Daredevil came out the next week. You were back.
And then, dude, the ending where it's like, oh my gosh, he wasn't a hero, but his true self when he didn't have all of his own stuff in the way, he is a hero. So we already know he's a hero, but he thinks he's not a hero. Like, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
All right.
It's the only time subversion has been good in like 10 years.
But it was hopeful subversion.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was like, oh, by the way, he hates Earth.
It wasn't like actually he raped everybody before he left. Earth is gonna blow
By
up
the way,
now.
Earth sucks.
Earth is dead now.
And Grace is like, I shouldn't even save them, but I will.
Because I'm
a drunk, by the way.
It was like, oh, he's a hero, even though he doesn't think he's good enough to be a hero. It's awesome.
Oh. Yeah. Good stuff.
Made me care about a rock.
Speaking, so obviously you'll like Mandalorian Grogu, which I think is going to be the next thing that we'll actually be talking about. I don't know. We're going to have to fill time next weekend, I think.
Yeah, well,
because after next week, we should be able to talk Batman/007 game.
We'll probably be able to hit some trailers,
There's got to be some stuff.
There'll be a bunch of speculation. We can do some Odyssey speculation. We can do some Mando and Grogu speculation.
We did get reasoning as to why Travis Scott was cast today.
Which is like...
It's so stupid. Why is Travis Scott? Travis Scott couldn't act in the WWE where the acting is subpar.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Whatever. I think we should wrap it up there. We won't ramble on too long. The Daredevil Punisher arc is done, finally.
It's over.
I canceled my Disney Plus subscription last night. I'm not even kidding. It was going to renew. I had to. I
have my parents, and I needed to watch Spider-Man Homecoming, so...
I lost access to mine midway through. I actually have, it's not a Blu-ray, but I do have physical Spider-Man Homecoming.
Nice. I wish I did.
Yes.
I still need it.
Wait, that does remind me. Let me grab this.
And Iron Man 1. I have to be able to watch like when Marvel movies were good, just so I can remind myself that is a thing that happened. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the only other thing I need to watch on Disney Plus, I have that as well.
Alright.
Both seasons that were made on Blu-ray
Heck yeah. No
of
Blu-ray for
actual
season 3,
Daredevil.
unfortunately. Rest in peace.
Nope. And then I know I've already showed you Born Again, but I have that actual Born Again. But I don't think I've showed you this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this bookmark.
Ooh, Fellowship. That's tough.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, one of the things you learn in media school, film classes and stuff, is give your characters a silhouette that's extremely recognizable. You showed me a bookmark with tan or gold outline, and I went, "Oh, Fellowship, one of my favorite movies ever," because of good character design.
Well, I'll tell you one place.
They don't make them like they used to.
I'll show you one. I will show you one silhouette you will definitely recognize. Hold on.
Uh-oh. The Balrog.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Yes, the correct image came up. Name this silhouette. Hold on, where's the share? Here it is. Where is it? All right. Name this silhouette.
Punisher? I don't know.
That's obviously Punisher.
Hoodie Man.
Oh wait, when does Spider-Man Noir come out?
I think it's soon. I might see that in theaters. I probably will.
It's a show.
Oh shit! I forgot it was
Yeah.
a show.
I think it'll be fine.
I wish it was a movie, but
It'd be cool, but
procedural.
I'm gonna watch it in
procedural
black
show.
and white. May
Procedural
27th.
show.
So
I forgot it was a show.
it is dropping all 8 episodes at once.
Ooh,
May 27th.
I don't like that. Weekly release is better if you have something good. Always.
Good, yes. Not something bad.
If you have something
It
bad,
gets really bad if you have something bad.
if it's bad, don't. Starfleet Academy.
Hey, remember Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah, remember it was only 6
Punisher
episodes,
season
and it
2,
like
by the way.
it was just amazing.
Yeah, Punisher season 2. Remember how awful that was to sit through every week?
don't. Just... Nah. Remember Peacemaker season 2?
When is 007 First Light? Made a lot of things. So Spider-Man Noir, Mando and Grogu, and 007 First Light comes out on May 27th.
Yeah. And then Lego Batman Arkham Legacy. Is that what it's called? Is that the right
Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Legacy of the Dark
May
Knight.
22nd.
May 22nd.
But I think if we order it, we can play it in 6 days.
All right.
If we pre-order it, we'll get a few days early access. So
How about that?
we do need to hop on that.
Yeah.
Even though PlayStation is like
Tell me how
scaring
much
me
money
with
this
this
thing
with
to be,
this
dog.
PlayStation is scaring me with this digital license thing. This is freaking me out a bit. I don't
Yeah. I don't.
like it. I'm glad I have the disc version of the PS5 is all I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, the fact that so I have the original. Did I talk about this on stream or was it off stream?
Yeah,
don't
I think you talked about it on stream about
Yeah.
because you talked about how expensive Blu-ray players are.
Yeah, I have the original digital edition PS5 because broke. Didn't want to spend an extra $100 on the disc edition. I thought I could buy the disc extension now that I'm slightly less broke, but it only works for the PS5 digital edition Slim, which they make very unclear on the box. They put it in the finest print possible. They're like, this works in big letters. It's like, this works for the PS5 digital edition. Only the Slim edition. Only the Slim. And the tiniest. It's like, dude, tell me that. It's like I dropped $80 on this freaking thing, and then I have to return it the next day. And when I go into Walmart, their freaking returns aren't working because their whole system is down somehow. You're Walmart. What are you talking about? But so I have to go in again the next day and buy a Blu-ray player so I can watch freaking Fellowship.
Worth it.
The amount of money I spent on, buying the whole Blu-ray collection of everything for Lord of the Rings, the Blu-ray player, the sound bar, which was a pretty good deal, but the amount of money I spent just so I
You
could
got an
watch those
on soundbar,
movies,
didn't you?
yeah, I did. Just so I could watch those movies whenever I want will always be worth it.
I went through a stint of saving 4Ks that I was gonna buy at some point. Let me. This is one that I am ill-advised probably going to.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's pretty badass. Is that like
Ill-advised.
is that like a ring size ring or is it like a big?
Oh, it's like an actual ring. This is let me get the price here.
It's pretty sick.
This is $120.
So is that like the
Yeah.
same
I think it's the same, but it's 4K.
the same collection that you have but 4K?
Yeah.
The,
There's one other one though that I
the
definitely
the
am
design
probably going to get.
the design on that is pretty freaking awesome too.
I remember seeing commercials for this, but I'm also probably gonna buy this. The Phase 1 set with the Tesseract.
How much is that one?
200.
Oh, but it's so cool though.
It's gonna got a
'Cause
Tesseract
it's also,
though.
you get the full Phase 1 and you get the display ability.
The Phase 2 one is like $500 because they're not in stock anywhere.
Dude, now I really want to buy that.
And it's
Dude, because
the,
the Tesseract one would be so cool to display.
And it's the Guardians of the Galaxy thing that holds the Power Stone. That's the Phase 2 one.
Oh, that's less cool. It's still cool, but
and it's way
less
more
cool.
expensive.
Yeah,
and the movies aren't as good.
And wouldn't it be like way smaller too?
Yeah, and the movies aren't as good.
That would be like a big
like
cool
look at the art on
display
these
item.
covers. Look at the art on these covers.
Those are super cool. The Captain America one is so awesome.
Yeah. And I guess it has pictures and stuff, but look, it's got all of the all of the Avengers. It's the Avengers Initiative. It's got all their like files here. And,
that's
like,
awesome.
Tesseract.
Dude. I would buy that.
Yeah, I remember seeing commercials for that. It might be on my homecoming disc. I don't remember, but
next payday, I might start.
Oh yeah, I'm back on the diet, so I'm not spending any money basically per week other than on energy drinks. So I'm just like it's going.
The meta
it's going up.
The meta for dieting is just being too poor to buy food. It works.
Yeah, it's having the double effect. Being dude. My gym finally got a hack squat.
Ooh,
nice. I can actually do squats now.
What's a pain is my college gym is open all summer, but I can't use it. Like you have to be an enrolled student during the summer semester, or you have to pay like $90 for a summer membership. Like I'm paying you thousands of dollars every year to go here. You can't let me go bench press and squat. Like
I can't pick up heavy stuff.
I can't go use your weights for like an hour a day. Hit a quick lift every day.
I can't go put 45 minutes on the heavy stuff. Like what are we doing?
You're gonna make me either pay for a gym membership by me, which I don't want to do,
time for the old PF.
Or like go for a run and do body weight exercises.
You're gonna do calisthenics.
I'm gonna have to go for runs and do body weight stuff, bro. I'm toast.
Yeah,
it's a pain,
but calisthenics,
whatever.
That's what you'll have to do. Hit up the calis.
Terrible. I'll be like Punisher, hitting 41 pull-ups in a row easily.
Yeah,
easily.
okay.
I can do that.
Well, not easily.
Well, I could probably do like 40 in a row. But probably not 41.
Yeah.
I'd cap out at 40.
I think my hands will start bleeding at around the 18.
Dude, your hands aren't going to start bleeding until you're at your like 15th set of 41. I don't know how the hell his hands were bleeding.
Yeah, holy wuss.
Holy baby, bro. John Bernthal's not even that buff in that.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about.
By the way, I did have this
when he's like having his schizophrenic meltdown, where he just like cuts an X on his.
Yeah.
Marine
honestly,
tattoo.
I was trying to blow through most of the story.
That was so weird. It was so
I was like,
weird.
it's just not. there's no. I don't want to sit here
It's
and
like,
talk.
what was
Like,
even
I
the
want to talk
point?
about the things that I did enjoy about it, and just point out how ridiculous the story is all in one go.
Yeah.
So I kind of flew by. Like, I didn't try to analyze any of what Curtis was actually saying to him. I'm just like, it's stupid and stagnating of a character. But
Yeah. It was
yeah,
weird.
we didn't even talk. We didn't talk about this though, because I had the realization a couple weeks ago that the Thing is in Punisher season 1.
Yeah, Micro.
Which is funny because it's like, okay, obviously the same actor can play someone in a different universe, right? Because J.K. Simmons could play, he can play J. Jonah
Play
Jameson
the
in
same guy in two different.
both No Way Home, and it's just funnier to me that it's like the guy who is the Thing also in this universe, for whatever even is Micro. I just like that as like a
It's funny
random.
because he's not like a big main character. He's like
He's an irrelevant side
he's like a
character,
pretty
basically. Well, not
interesting.
irrelevant,
He's
but
like a cool, interesting side character from like a random show. It's really
yeah. He's a big important superhero in one universe, and he's not important to
he's
a
just like a
character's story.
little hacker guy.
It's super like it's not technically wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with it because it is different universe. It's
Yeah,
just
and it's
I just
also
think
like
I
a
just,
voice versus you never see.
I mean, but you do see him in the
Oh yeah,
space
you do
station
see him
flashback.
as a human. That yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
It's
You
it's
do
just
see him
funny
as a
to me.
human. That's funny.
I just find that funny.
Punisher seeing the Thing and hearing him like Micro.
Why'd you
Let me tell you something, Micro. You're a coward. Wait. I don't trust people who turn into rocks, Micro.
I don't trust people who turn into rocks, Micro.
I trusted you
turn
before
into
you were a
rock.
big rock guy, Micro.
Now you're like some kind of thing, and I'll punish you for that.
Say that again.
What are you,
Dude,
some kind of Fantastic Four?
The Fantastic Four first issue comic is seriously one of the funniest things I've ever read because it's literally like, I'm like a human torch. It's me, John. I'm a human torch. And then Sue is like, I'm the Invisible Woman. And the Thing is like, I'm what Sue called me. I'm like just a thing now. And then Reed's like, and I'm Mr. Fantastic.
I love the memes like that where it's like
so
he made all
funny.
his friends. He made the world call his friends the Thing,
his
and then he
lifelong
called himself
best
Mr.
friend.
Fantastic.
His lifelong best friend, the
Yeah.
Thing, and then him instead of being like Mr. Stretch or
Mr.
something,
Stretch.
he's like I'm Mr. Fantastic. It's like what? No,
I love it, but it's so
it's
stupid.
so dumb, but it's so funny.
That's comic book.
That's the
cheesiness,
type
you
of
know?
like comic booky stuff that's good.
And that's what
When
they're
you say
staring at.
like
They don't
when
want to
you
be like,
say
oh,
like
it's kind of ridiculous to be calling Mr. Fantastic. That's
when you
obviously-
say like
it's a bit weird if they're green.
yeah, it's like dude, when
It's
you
that
say
level, I
like
think.
it's comically ridiculous, that can be a good thing. Comically ridiculous can be really good.
I try to use cartoonishly ridiculous.
Yeah, I try
more
to
than
use cartoons,
comically.
but like it's like when you say something like the city in Punisher, One Last Kill. It's like it's comically full of murder. Like it's just a perk.
Which I more mean, I guess in fairness, we more mean comedically. Is
Yeah,
probably
it's
the right
just like
term there.
ridiculously hyperbolic. Like it's insane.
That's why I try to say cartoonish, because
Yeah.
it's like this is not something that I could believe isn't a real thing. Or
Yeah.
can believe BMW Lord of the Rings. all right?
BMW
Like,
Lord of the
I'm
Rings.
not- I won't pull the meme up
So you
for like
can
the seventh
believe
time.
dragons, but not the new
Yeah, but, like-
BMW. With the
Yeah, it's like
optional heated
I'm just
seating.
gonna. Yeah, my dad's pretty pumped to go watch Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm not joking. He's like, "Oh, this looks good. It looks like Star Wars." I'm like,
Oh no.
"Yeah, it
You
looks like
you can
Star
say
Wars."
whatever you want. It does not look like Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't.
It looks
Yeah, and
like
then my sister was like, "Yeah." And my sister's like, "You watched Kenobi though, right? That was pretty good." I was like, "What?"
what? What?
Fine. And then she read a kid story she had to write for like a college project. Like it was like she had to write like a kid's book. It was about a cat named Tom. Better character arc and theme in that. Like I'm not even joking. It's a better character arc and theme in her.
Was he
not
fighting a
writer.
mouse?
Not
named
a
Jerry,
writer.
perhaps.
Not a writer, not trying to be a writer. It was literally just a required assignment. Better character and theme and character like acceptance and growth. The cat had more character flaws than Ray.
Well, Ray doesn't have it.
I'm not joking.
Ray-
Like the
Ray
cat
has
was so
zero
the cat had 3 dog brothers, and the dogs they could do stuff, but the cat couldn't do it, and he felt sad about that. But then he learned to embrace his own differences and achieve and be helpful in his own way. Like I'm just it's like
There's a good
it's a
story
kid.
there.
Like I'm
There's
just
a good-
this is how easy it is. This is how easy it is. It's in a kid's book by
Yeah.
someone who has no interest
you
in
can
being a
you
writer.
can you can start with a concept that I mean you can say it's just for a kid's book for like a random assignment whatever, but for a good like movie or something you can start with a project or a premise that is literally that simple, and then you just build off of it.
Dude, you know what movie would
the
you know what
Iron
movie would
Giant,
bang?
the Iron Giant, its core theme is like, what if a gun had a soul and it didn't want to be a gun? It's that simple, but the movie is freaking incredible. And you can be like,
Can I
it's
just
a
say
kids movie. It's not that good. That's what dumb people say. If you just watch the
like,
movie
incredible.
and like think, it's freaking incredible.
you didn't have to think, you just gotta ask yourself a question when you're done with it of like, what was the theme?
What was
that about?
What was that?
Why did that
about?
movie
And it's
exist?
like, well, it's about the robot and the kid. No.
And then you get what
What
it's about,
was
right? Because
it
you can go, what was
about?
but you can also get, what was Superman about? And it's like, well, it's about how kindness is counterculture. And that's like, okay, did the movie reinforce that? Superman, obviously it didn't, because everyone was kind, and the only guy who wasn't kind was one guy.
Yeah.
And Superman, by proving that kindness was counterculture, had to choose between letting the universe get destroyed or not letting the universe get destroyed.
Yeah, and the thing is, and
No.
I talked about this in with one of my professors about how Superman and the Iron Giant try to pursue pretty similar themes about like going against your nature to like do what's right and do what's good. But the Iron Giant literally has to go against what he is fundamentally, as like he is a weapon, and he has to go away from that to do what's right. Whereas Superman, he's just a good guy, but his parents are like hyper evil. So he doesn't actually have to go against who he is to do what's right or go against anything difficult. It's like they're trying to do the same thing, but the Iron Giant executes it so well, and Superman
Yeah, I took
just
I took
doesn't.
I took film literature in high school, which like I get the class was literally just like, okay,
Free
you just
credit
need an
class,
English
yeah.
credit, just watch movies. I don't know if I can I just say I find it insane that it's LARPing as a film literature class and we didn't even watch like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Like,
You watch like The Great Gatsby, but
which is like that's okay, but
pretty
it's like
good.
you should have me do you should probably show the basic one of like, okay, this is Blade Runner. This is a
Well,
movie with the
yeah,
insanely deep core theme. Do something with it.
'cause they
Don't
do,
just have
like-
me be like, oh, watch Free Guy, which we did watch Free Guy in the class. It's like there's
they do
nothing
a movie
to
from like they, at least in the one I took in high school, is like they do a big movie from like a bunch of different major genres.
they covered genres, yeah. So war, we did Star Wars, and I'm like, I get you don't want to show like, I mean, we are seniors in high school, but you don't want to show like Saving Private Ryan or something. But
Yeah.
whatever, that's fine. You didn't like if it's called film literature, like you should put one deep movie that like.
Yeah.
Realistically, you should have to watch Lord of the Rings movies. I know we're a little biased towards that, but you should have to watch
And,
Fellowship.
it's going to take like 12 classes to get through Lord of the Rings, but
You should have to watch Fellowship of the Ring. You should have to. Blade Runner is the one that's kind of to me. I'm like, okay, you should probably have to watch Blade Runner. That's a little absurd.
yeah.
That we didn't watch Blade Runner in that class. Like we watched Return of the Jedi,
Like,
which is like
changed-
which has like the least in-depth story in those first three Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
and we didn't watch Blade Runner.
Yeah. Which is like the biggest sci-fi changing, genre changing movie
From a flop, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we didn't watch 2001. Like I don't know. It's
Not
like,
watching 2001 is insane.
it's like I get like okay, I understand that
It's
it was really
and
just
it's
like,
also
oh,
the
just,
thing is the classes are taught. It's taught by an English teacher. It's not taught by somebody who gives a shit about movies. It's like a 40-year-old
Which is
lady
fine.
who
I, like-
doesn't watch movies and just watches
two things.
Lifetime
Like I'm
television.
very like I'm glad as someone who took the class that I didn't have to do actual work and I was just watching movies. Don't get me wrong, but it is like as someone who likes movies and stories, it would have been nice. It was like, okay, here's a movie, let's analyze it, write an essay about it. I don't want to write an essay, but it's like write an essay about this movie.
Yeah,
But I get
instead-
it was like
instead it
this
was
is
like,
this is a class for seniors who need an extra English credit. You're gonna just watch movies, like
Yeah.
whatever.
you have to
That's
fill
fine.
a time slot.
I guess it's absurd to me that it was like we didn't even watch Blade Runner and do a goofy project for Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it wasn't like we were analyzing the actual literacy in the movie. Like we watched Clue, and then our assignment for Clue was make a Clue board game.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I didn't because I watched Blade Runner once and I watched the wrong version of it, and I want to rewatch it, and I might make a video on it just to like work on actual media analysis more than like
Just current.
just help like because it's like obviously I know there's a lot to in-depth analyze there. I haven't really listened to anyone in depth and analyze it. I think it's a good way. It's good like mental exercise of like,
Good test.
all right,
yeah.
do it yourself, see what you come up with.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there like, I did take a class called film literature and I didn't watch this movie either, which is absurd to me. Yeah. And then, bro, I was gonna say this. You know what would make a very good movie adaptation? Would actually be very interesting as a challenge for someone to try to do. Big Iron. adapt the song Big Iron into a movie. That's an interesting
That would be a
challenge, and I
good
think
it
it would
would
be
be a
cool.
really good short film. I don't
It wouldn't even you could
feature
do it. You could do an hour and a half long movie, and it
feature
would
length
be
would be
good. There's
cool,
enough substance there.
but a short film would be pretty badass.
It would be good too, but I'm just saying it's like I think that's an interesting
But
challenge
you
because
could
like,
draw it
okay,
out, yeah. You'd have to build
yes,
a
there's the
lot
people
you'd have to
who
build all the dialogue, but the overarching story is there. So you have the story.
it's a
You just
guy
have
who
to
rolls
build
into
it out.
town, he's killed 20 people, and he's gonna kill the ranger, but the ranger was there, and he obviously has a big iron,
With the
and that's
big
a key
iron
part of
on
his,
his
the gun
head.
is the gun is like part of the character,
That's a
the
good
big
point.
iron, right?
I
I don't know,
might
I
enjoy
think
this.
that's an interesting idea. I've randomly thought of it. I'm like, okay, we adapt books, we adapt video game adapts doing a lot of the word adapt is doing a lot of heavy lifting for the video games. But it's like what if we adapt music? How could you do it? Could you do it well? I'm like,
That's a
there's some
cool
songs out there you
I
could.
actually
Like Big Iron,
I
I think
really
is a
like that
very good
idea.
idea.
That's pretty cool.
And
That
I think it'd be a good filmmaking challenge because I think you have a story there, but you don't have the dialogue as a layup.
Yeah, you have to
You
do
gotta
all
build
the
it yourself.
dialogue yourself, and you have to do it in a way that feels like the characters you imagine when you listen to the song.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
think
a
that's an
pretty cool
interesting idea.
Because
Yeah,
just from the song, you get such a sense about who, like, Texas Red is. Like, he's like a Billy the Kid type guy. He's,
Texas Red.
you know,
After Texas Red.
he's had the notches on his belt loop counted 1 in 19
Yeah, yep.
more. Like, oh, that's good stuff. Like,
1 in 19 more.
I miss when there was like cool songs like that told a really interesting story just in the song. That's something that's like a song will tell a story now, but it's like I shot those 2 guys and then I drove away and then I went to this address and then it's like, but this is not admissible in court.
Hey, well, I don't know. There's pretty realistic storytelling from David. That guy,
Ooh.
I have the
I'm in
one
love
song
with
that he wrote for
the-
Invincible. I have the
Yeah.
one song that for Invincible that's a banger, and every time I hear it, I'm like, this song's really good, but I have to pretend it's not about a 14.
But it's about a 14-year-old girl
I can't
who he
think about who wrote this.
murdered.
This is absurd.
Feel It is such a good song.
Allegedly, I know he's arrested for it now, but I don't know until he
Yeah.
let's drop an
But
alleged.
it's like, dude, listen to
Did
all
that
the
shit.
other songs.
it's like
Listen to-
YNW Melly.
The wor-
It's like YNW Melly. It's
like you
which
listen to
was
Mur-
alleged, by the way.
Yeah. But listen to any David song, and you're like, oh shit, this is a banger. But he's literally just talking about like killing a 14-year-old girl. It's like crap. This song's really
Yeah, Feel
good.
It.
How did I not pick?
I hate Invincible season 2. Feel it's very
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
good. It's a pretty banger
Pretty
song.
bad. It's pretty bad.
Season 2 sucks. Yeah.
The animation for me has gotten to a point where
Have you been watching? You've been
no,
watching.
I
the
can't
old
do it
Invincible?
because listen, in the last year or so, last year, 2 years, probably 2 years, I've watched a couple animes, and the difference in animation quality
That's how they get you.
is brother. Some of them are really good. I'm not watching
Which ones have you watched?
I've watched Attack on Titan. I've watched most of Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't fully caught up yet. Oh god, what's the list? Vinland Saga I watched. That one was pretty solid. Demon Slayer I watched all of.
I've watched
Solo
Anime
Leveling
Rock
I
Paper
watched. That's a banger.
By Corridor
That's
Digital,
a banger. But
which is AI slop.
my point I was making there is all of those shows have like jaw-dropping incredible animation, and then you go watch Invincible and it's like, ooh.
I watched
And-
all of the free episodes of Solo, like the episodes I
Yeah.
got for free without having the ad subscription of Solo Leveling, and I was like, it's alright.
Well, Solo Leveling is like there's just no story. It's just him aura farming and killing people, but it's kind of fun. It's like a fun watch.
Yeah, I was like, it's alright.
It's not a super.
It's alright.
and
And
then-
I see the concept here. I think it's
and then
interesting
the-
enough.
and-
I just don't.
yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
interested enough to stick
the-
around.
the-
That was
the-
my thoughts on Solo.
The
Leveling.
concept, and then the further you get in, it's like, wait, hold on. How does he get these powers? Then the lore gets kind of interesting, but the actual story is like non-existent.
I
It's like,
saw what was happening. It wasn't like a, I don't understand this. I'm turning. It was more of like
Yeah,
a, okay, I
it's
see
like,
what's going on
I see
here.
where this is
I'm not
going.
paying. I don't care enough to watch ads.
Yeah, that's fair.
and I was out of dubs. Like it wasn't. I couldn't get the free dub. And oh, you can't watch dubs, dude. I'm not doing subs.
I'm not
Sorry,
reading.
sorry.
I'm not reading the show. Plus,
I'm watching the show. I'm sorry.
I just want to watch the show. Dude, I'm not watching a sub. I'm just not.
I understand there's some that are really bad or whatever.
Yeah, some are bad, but just don't watch bad ones.
Like
I don't
like
know.
Squid Game's awful.
Squid Game is really bad. It's a really bad
Squid
dub.
Game was awful. But yeah, I don't know. I've been meaning to actually watch
But,
animes,
yeah,
but like
also
I don't know. I kind of want to watch. I kind of want to watch like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I kind of want to watch that.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of other stuff I want to watch that it's like I just don't. I don't
yeah.
know. Now that I don't have Daredevil to watch every week, I don't know. I gotta see because I gotta make video. I gotta make a video or something. I don't know. I was gonna do Punisher. Now I might just go back to doing Daredevil. I don't know. I don't want to do either. I should. Maybe I'll just make a Project Hail Mary video.
Daredevil's so boring. It's just like, bro.
I never want to think about it again. I don't even know that we're gonna watch these.
No, I have to. I can't live in a world where I don't watch it. I have to do it just so I can talk about it.
Are you making a video about season 2?
Dude, I don't. I want to, but I hate it so much. It's so bad.
Well, that's why you should make a video about it. That's why I made a Peacemaker season 2 video.
Yeah, that was.
And I whipped that thing out in 3 days, and it wasn't like I wasn't like tired of making it by the end. I was like, it came off super quick, and I was like, that was way too easy for a 45-minute video.
Yeah. Yeah. When you got hate in your heart, you can do a lot. You can do a lot of stuff.
It wasn't hate. It was like I wouldn't go as far as hate. It was more
Almost
just
like
anger at the
disgust
amount of
and-
time.
yeah.
The amount of time I wasted watching that show for nothing to happen in the finale. I was
Literally
like,
nothing.
screw you. And
What
like,
was the point
and it
of
was
this
more of a thing-
show?
It was more of a thing where I was like, I watched season 1 expecting to fully hate it. I thought it was I thought it was okay with some interesting
It was pretty
story.
solid.
I thought it was extremely okay. And so I'm watching season 2. I'm like, I'm giving you another chance here, James. I thought Superman was trash, but I'm giving you your chance here. Awful. And then the finale sucked balls. And I was like, I'm pissed that I just wasted all this time.
Yeah.
And I watched 4 music videos in the finale.
Yeah.
Peacemaker season 2 deserves more hate. Spitty Surfer, welcome. Yes, it does.
Bang,
It
that's what I'm
deserves
talking about.
more hate.
It deserves the
Peacemaker
most
season.
hate.
Me and Jake gave it plenty of hate. We didn't give it enough.
We didn't give it enough.
We hated it for 8 weeks straight, plus my video.
No matter how much we hated it, it wasn't enough.
I really enjoyed the mashup I made in my video that led off of us just like how like you can just see
that
our
was
demeanor.
funny.
We went from like maybe it could be better to like this sucks to like us just being like, all right, let's talk about Peacemaker.
Yeah, that was a good open. Yeah.
Yeah, with the circus music playing in the background.
Yeah, that was good stuff. That was good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All right. We can probably wrap it up. I don't know. I kind of want to. I was gonna see if I can pull that up really quick, actually, because it is like just now that we are on the topic of Peacemaker season 2, it is like just remember this
It's
exists.
It's a dead horse that whenever you walk by it, you have to give it a kick real quick. You can't just walk by it. You got to give it a little stomp.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
It deserves it.
This is from Peacemaker season 2, Cancerous Writing. Let me pull this up here.
Kick.
look how innocent Y was. Look how dejected I was at that point. Like, I'm like staring off to the side, like just ignoring everything. Look at me.
Absolute sadness.
I'm so zoned out, ignoring every word you're saying.
I forgot that was a thing. I forgot bird blindness was a thing. Oh my gosh.
It's not just there's a thing that had an effect on the plot.
Bird blindness had an effect on the DCU. Think about that. bird blindness. James Gunn. I was gonna say James Gunn has lost it. James Gunn had lost it. He's
All right. Let's actually wrap it up now. There's links and stuff down below. Jake allegedly is gonna make a video.
Oh, hold
one
on.
of us will
We didn't
probably.
even talk about this. Sean Strickland is the UFC champ.
Oh yeah,
Sean Strickland's
Sean.
back, baby. Ushering in White Boy Summer.
Yeah, White Boy Summer.
Had to throw it out there. Sean Strickland's back, baby.
We gotta watch White Boy Justin Gaethje getting knocked out by, Spanish.
Yeah.
Is a Spanish guy a white boy? I don't know.
I don't know.
Elliot's report, I think we can give honorary white boy status, but
Yeah.
that's just so he doesn't kill us. If he wants it, he can have it.
Yeah, Ilya can take whatever.
Josh
status he
Hokett
wants.
can usher in the full White Boy Summer.
Nah, bro. I'm the funny
Sean
thing.
O'Malley and Josh Hokett.
The funny thing
Bring it
about
on.
the White House card is the two guys I'm rooting
Dude,
for
it's
most
on a
are
Sunday night.
a Brazilian fighter and a fighter from Spain. Those are my two
I'm not
favorite
actively
fighters on the
rooting
card.
against Justin.
I'd
I'd rather see. To be honest, I would rather see Justin knock out Ilya.
I love
Because it's like,
Justin.
oh my gosh, he did it.
I love Justin, but he's getting starched. Like,
No.
if he can get caught a couple times by Paddy Pimblett, he's getting slept by Ilya.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's done. But yeah, and then Sean O'Malley. Dude, the card's on Diego Lopez.
Yeah, Sean
it's
O'Malley's
like
gonna
banger card.
Dude, it's opening up with Diego Lopez.
Sean
It's gonna
O'Malley.
open up
Sean
with a
O'Malley
banger.
been on the redemption arc. I've been liking the personality.
Sean
I've been liking-
O'Malley on like likable redemption arc.
Yeah, he's been good ever since he lost from Rob the second time. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's just funny. He's just funny.
Yeah, he's always kind of funny, but he's gone from like
little humbleness,
stupid funny to like good funny. He's found the balance.
He can make
kind of
fun
found
of
the Marab
himself.
balance.
He can make fun of himself a little bit in a good way, and then also say something.
And he's a striker. And we love our
goofy.
strikers. We love our strikers.
I love an
Good to see.
entertaining striker with a little bit of swag.
Yeah, dude, the card is on a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's rough.
It's Sunday night.
That was a choice.
I have work the next morning.
I work Sunday nights
It's gonna
and
be done
Monday
at
mornings,
1.
so I'm toast.
I don't know. I gotta decide whether to take that day off or not. But it's like, dude,
I might take it off. I don't know.
I don't want to use the extra day. I don't know. But it's like, dude, really? Why? It's not even like, maybe if you're starting at 5, I would get it, but they started at 8. And there's 7 fights on the card, so it's gonna get done at the same time as normal, maybe later.
Yeah.
Good news is the main event's only going 1 round.
Yeah. Alex Pereira, please destroy Cyril Gane. Remove him from the heavyweight division.
One of me or Jake will make a Daredevil season 2 video. We might both make one. I really don't know. I gotta decide. I was gonna do this Punisher thing, but it's just like
Every time I think about Daredevil, I feel physical pain. And I'm also like pretty sick at the moment, so
good. Means you're not doing anything. Means you can sit around and make the video.
no, I'm still working, bro. I feel like shit. I'm not contagious. I'm still going to work.
All right, but we will be back next week, and we're gonna have to find something to talk about. We haven't done a filler episode in a while. We'll be doing some filler next week.
We got to do some Invincible season 1 through 4. I guess most of Invincible. We got to hit some filler.
Gotta hit some One Piece. We're gonna One Piece it up next.
We're gonna have some One Piece pacing.
Subjectively correct. It's good. You gotta.
Dude, I got
a
video the other day, and it was a scene in One Piece, and it was like, this is how bad One Piece's pacing was, and it was in 4 times, and then I watched it in 2 times speed, and it was still slow. It's like, oh my god, this was like a minute long. So this scene was like 8 minutes in the episode. This is insane.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, our weekly Daredevil watch party review. It wasn't really a watch party, but recap is done.
Yep.
Finally, it's over. Put it away until maybe we'll be back next year. I don't know, dude.
Probably.
I don't know.
Depends if there's other stuff.
I feel like I
going on.
have to just because Danny Rand's in it.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way they're actually.
I have to
back.
be there for the return of Danny Rand.
You can check out all our links down below. You can listen on Spotify, do the thing, do the other thing, and do the other thing, and subscribe to both our channels. I mean, again, Jake, not really making it, but yeah, you can subscribe here. I'll make a video at some point. I gotta decide what, but I'll make one. You can check it out. all the stuff down below. Thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you next week.
See you
Bye.
next time.